Goran something, and he will be fixing people's
Greta, go run.
Greta, go run. He will be fixing people's
I screamed that from across the house.
uniforms and such, and getting paid to do that.
Nice.
As well as doing fun little things for everyone else. Go ahead. Sorry, you were going to say something.
I was just saying I've only just learned how to actually go live this entire time we weren't, but that's fine because I've got it all recorded anyway, so it'll be on the thing.
So next, classes, right? Extracurricular next.
Yeah.
Doing one official, like full-on in extracurricular is the Mage Tower Cheer Squad.
That's awesome.
Yes, we love. Already started to maybe think about some cheers for certain colleges. Who knows? We'll see. And then Driver X is also a semi-member of the LARP Society with Cadoras, which he'll pop into as much as he can.
Okay.
But not like full member, obviously, time commitments. And then classes, besides the general ones, which everyone has to take, there's the horror. I've forgotten what it's called. It's a horticulture one, which will be fun. I'm literally running to my computer. Don't hate cultivate. And then another one that's also on my sheet that you've got
the law hold required one, which is delving into archaeology, which everyone has to have, and then you've got the A is for Ancake and Don't Hate Cultivate. This is from a supplement I got off the DM's Guild, which I should shout out, which I'll do in a second. But yeah, so because you can choose 2 more optional ones. So what I'm going to do with this as well, because we were talking about like our pacing and what we want to go with. What I'm actually going to do is the ones that I'll be focusing on the required ones, but you'll still be able to. We'll still have. Basically, you'll get to choose 2 skills out of. 4 skills out of the 4 classes that you want to have as the ones that you want student dice in. Does that make sense? So if you complete like exams with them. If you don't do well, then you ain't getting shit. But
sure,
that's fine. Yeah, these were by. Let's just make sure I've got this right. Somebody called Alex Cruz in the DM's Guild.
So I'm going to take 1 or 2 more classes. Sorry.
2. So you've got A is for Uncake and you've got Law Hold, the required one, and then next semester it'll be the it'll be the Silver Quill and Quandrix ones, I believe. Next term.
Right, but in addition, I mean.
Yeah, like 2 in addition. So anything that's not required on the list, that's what you can do.
I see. So Don't Hate Cultivate and probably. Oh, I know which one it is. I'll tell you later.
Fair enough. You're welcome as well to take more, but that would actually like stop you from taking like from
we don't
majoring in extracurricular. Gosh, hiccups. Okay. Next up, then, A again. Let's go for you next. So you've got relationships with Nora and Wu and Lorene so far. Nice. And then your extracurriculars, your job, if you have one, and the classes you've taken.
Okay, so the extracurriculars are the Fantastical Horticultural Club. And the one that I'm like going to pop into every once in a while is the Distinguished Society of Fine Arts. And so I put down 2 other classes, the Putting Down Roots Arachnobotany for Beginners and Speaking the Same Language, Overview of Magical Notation.
Oh, nice.
So
what made Agan lean towards those?
Well, one, I want to be a Witherbloom student, and I forgot what overview of magical languages or magical notation was. So It was relevant in some way in my mind, but now I have no idea.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've got the 2 base ones. Make sure you put the base ones in there and try and update it with the skills that you're going to get from each. You can all find...
Okay, so we're taking... So I was confused. So we are taking A is for Ankeg, and then we're taking what that's required?
Should all have this. But basically, the first ones right now are A is for Ankeg, and you've got the Lorehold one, which is Digging Up the Past and Introduction to Archaeomancy. Okay.
Awesome.
And but so Aegon isn't going for a job, just going for pure extracurricular, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Prosperine. What about yourself? What about Prosperine? Spirit?
Sorry, I was muted.
No worries.
He has obviously the 2 we're taking, and then he has Flame of Knowledge, Weeding Out the Weak, and he was in the Dead Languages Society.
Nice. Yes, I remember that. Are you taking a job, or like what other extracurricular or job did you want? Because you've got 1 slot left. Okay. You can choose another extracurricular or a job if you like.
Can I take another class?
Absolutely, if you want to. Just make sure you add another row to that thing. I think.
Yeah, I can add another row.
Okay, cool. Yes, add another row and choose another class if you like. But yeah, basically, when there'll be 2 exams a term that we'll be doing. There'll be 2 classes a term. And each class will have about 3 exams, okay? And basically just means that every session will be rolling for some exam, and you'll get to choose which skills you want out of that list to have a student dice towards. I'm doing it a bit different to how it is in the book, and we'll see if this is good or bad. But yeah, okay. That's Prosperine, good stuff. Seymour.
Hello.
Hiya. What are your extracurriculars, job, and the courses that you're taking?
So extracurricular is going to be Silk Ball.
Nice. Make sure this is on your sheet as well when you get the chance.
Okay. Oh, you're right. I don't have it in there. I will though.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'll have Silk Ball. I have obviously A is for Ankhed, and then Cutting Remarks, turning words into weapons.
Nice. Then you got one more optional, because obviously you got the Archaeomancy. So what other optional one do you want?
Let's see. There's so many good ones.
Well, you'll be able to take.
I can always go to them later.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll diversify and go into Witherbloom or something. Let's
nice.
Try. I'd considered 1, but
the one I mentioned, or no?
Yeah, it was the one you mentioned, but I'll do a different one.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you some more time then, and I'll hop over to Sven?
I think getting bogged down.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Principles of bog calling.
And of course, in the roleplay, if these ever become relevant, like feel free to shout them out and let's go with it. This is what they're there for. They're there to help sort of colour your time at Strixhaven. Because unfortunately, I don't actually want to give lectures on spells. I might do. I mean, today, maybe I'm doing that today. Maybe I'm lying to you right now. I think I actually am lying, considering what I know, what I've got coming up. Yeah, cool. But yeah. Okay. And then Sven. I don't know why I was leaning into Swedish accent then. What would Sven like to take for extracurriculars and a job and courses?
Okay, I have to... So we still only get 3 classes total, right? So 4. A is for Ankeg. Oh, so 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can keep the 2 electives that I already chose. We're just adding the Lorehold.
Yep.
archaeomancy thing.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. Which Sven will actually excel at because of his basically perfect memory of all things.
Nice.
So Sven is going to take a job.
What?
Sven, in his effort to increase his social skills, will be taking a job as a server at the Bow's End Tavern.
Right, okay. Nice.
And
you could almost say that you were a resting golem or something, and that won't make sense to anyone, but that wasn't even clever. In Mondark, the tavern is literally served by constructs. Yep. There you go. And it's called the resting golem. Okay. Yep. Moving on. Sorry.
I got it.
Thank you. Cool. Okay.
That is a family-run business in back in Mondark.
So, do you want to know my other classes, or does that not matter?
I thought you just told me them. So I can see them on your sheet, but no, go for it.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know if you'd mentioned them already.
Nope.
Okay,
if you can see them on my sheet.
No, please, no, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, well, I'm taking Connecting the Dots, beginning computational magic, of course.
Nice.
That one.
As a... honestly, I think I'm going to speak for Sven here, and that, like, I don't really... We don't love the term construct.
Okay.
Because it kind of detracts from the personification.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like
Warforged.
calling a humanoid birthed or something.
Kind of. It's more of it in part it's like an othering, and in another part it's kind of suggesting that you were just built. It's not like you are actually a sentient sapient being.
Fair. Gosh.
But as a thinking machine, of course Sven is drawn to computational magic. And for the same reason, repetition, introduction to forms and fractals is an attractive topic for Sven to invest time in.
I like this. See, you were gonna not say your classes, and look how much we got from that. Like, I'm sorry for nearly cutting you off on that. That was great. With that going forward, then, out of interest, what would Sven like? Does Sven have a term for the type of creature that they are?
Well, I mean,
they'd like.
Warforged is serviceable.
Okay.
Even, I mean,
so being Warforged doesn't have any problematic connotations for Sven?
No, because it kind of, as a connotation, like brings to the table the idea that these actually are intelligent, thinking, and aware creatures.
All right then. Awesome. Danke. So we've got those. And you're so okay. Awesome. So that is where we're at. Is there anyone that I missed? No. Okay. So that's where we're at with the worksheets and stuff. And then we have got to get on to let's probably pop this out. That would be easier. Can I put this over here? I've got so much real estate for my screens now. That should be using it better. We upgraded and I got a screen that's now portrait. So basically a hacker now. That's how it is.
Hacker man.
D&D hacker.
Yeah, D&D hacker. I take a class and I break it. I hack into it. Okay, so you all have you've all has everyone leveled up and stuff? We didn't actually go over that, I don't think, on anyone's. So Trevor X, what did you choose for your leveling up?
Well, I'm a cleric, so I just get everything. As far as spell lists and such.
Yeah.
But as far as fun things, I get my Channel Divinity, which is super good. It is basically Balm of Peace, which says that, like, as an action, I can move up to my speed without provoking opportunity attacks. When I move within 5 feet of another creature, I can heal them a good amount, 2d6 plus my Wisdom modifier. And so I can do a bunch of healing to people if we're all close by. And then I got an extra spell slot, and a Channel Divinity to turn undead if I need it for some reason. Who knows? This is one of your campaigns. And
I'm sorry, say that again?
Turn undead.
Well, there's no diseases. I don't know what you're on about. I couldn't possibly. Me undead? Never.
Weird. I've never seen it. Not with you.
No.
And yeah, that's pretty much really what I get. I got to prepare a couple more spells, and one of them that I am excited about that I took is all the ones I've used before. Maybe Command. Haven't used that one yet.
Nice.
Fun.
You've never used Command?
Not in this campaign.
Oh, nice.
Actually, maybe never.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's really fun when it works.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I remember it from
Kromstag. No, Matchstick Girl. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good level up. And then my question to you is this, because this will set you up for the next scene. So you have an exam coming up. Did you pull an all-nighter to study for it? You passed your studying. I think Aegin was the only one to fail the studies. So you're going to pull an all-nighter, because remember, if you pull an all-nighter, it means that you have exhaustion after the exam.
I don't think I didn't need to pull an all-nighter though, because I was studying with Sven and we did very well.
So this is the thing though. So when you study, you get a chance to roll to see if you get a die. But then you can push yourself and get an all-nighter and either get a secondary die or just get a die anyway because maybe you failed. Again.
Wow.
No, I can't do a level of exhaustion. I will not be pulling an all-nighter.
No.
Oh, so you're not like as good as Seymour. Got it.
Wow.
So we'll see who gets top marks in whose college.
Sure. We'll see whose trunks are cut and who has them.
Oh wow. Okay. Fuck butchery straight away. Okay, and then what about Aegin? Because what did you do for your level up? And then we'll talk about studying, which is your favorite subject.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. I love it. So I just get Key as the next active ability. I'm not really sure what it does, to be honest. I've never played a monk, so it'll be interesting.
Nice. You can use it like to activate Flurry of Blows and stuff, I think.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it does.
So you get like 2 bonus attacks rather than 1.
Yeah, that's right.
Bunch of stuff on there is pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's it. I think that's pretty much all I could do for my character.
Okay.
So
obviously health increase as well. So you were all able to do that on D&D Beyond and then import it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
sweet.
How it worked. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And did Aegin pull an all-nighter, or how is she feeling? Sorry, how are they feeling about the studying?
And just like quick question, just because Spirit was super confused about that. The pronouns at the bottom of the screen, like I thought it was for like our own personal ones, not for like the characters when I was signing up. So if anyone's confused, Aegin is just they, them.
They're supposed to be both, and it's frustrating that what I'd like is like it to sort of list your character underneath you with also that character's pronouns, but it doesn't. I don't know how to make it show them all. I'll look into that.
Okay, it was just clarifying so everyone knew. But that's
Cheers.
fine. So, gosh, I feel like I have to take the exhaustion to like try to get the second die because I failed and like I don't naturally get like everyone who like got it gets a reroll anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean you might not need the reroll. You might pass the exam with flying colors without the reroll, but I mean, you know, having that reroll is pretty tight.
How much is exhaustion? Like, what happens?
And
it's only one level of exhaustion, right?
Yeah, basically you get disadvantage on all ability checks. So after the exam, you'll get disadvantage on all ability checks. Now, what I will say is this: the exam is fairly involved. In the base book, it's not. In my version, it's a bit involved.
Shocking.
Thanks.
Oh, and how in exhaustion is what? It's minus. Oh, is it just?
It's just disadvantage on all ability checks.
On all ability checks,
which includes initiative, and it is until your next long rest. Yeah.
I'm so scared. Because I don't even have one. Okay, I won't take disadvantage. I will just hope that.
Okay.
I did.
Not to persuade you any further either, though, but if you do fail the exam, you will have to give up your extracurricular in order to go to school for the, like, what's the word? Catch up
summer
stuff.
School.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Tutoring, that's what it's called. You'll need tutoring instead for the semester.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay, cool. And so you didn't study all night. Nice. And then we have I'm going to go for Prospery next. Did you pull an all-nighter? And oh, sorry, what did you do for level up? And then we'll talk about all-nighters.
I got them sweet sorcery points.
Nice.
And a spell.
Yeah,
sorceress. That's it.
What spell did you get, sorry?
Mage armor.
Nice.
Because you know that 9 AC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a lot.
Wait, hold on. So you took mage armor and it's actually gonna be 12 AC when you put mage armor on, or because does index still detract from it? Or does it just mean that you can't? I don't know. I've never come across somebody with mage armor who's got a negative stat in it.
I'm amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we knew that, but I also kind of need to know if it's gonna mean that you
becomes 12. Yeah, 100%.
No. Gosh. Okay. Interesting. It won't work.
But it's better than 9.
Absolutely. I mean, you're practically like you have less AC than a door at that point when you've got less than 10. So that's good.
I can get you to 14 with Shield of Faith.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then we've got Seymour. Oh, sorry. Prospering, did you study up all night or?
I think last time we had covered that, and he did not.
Okay. Okay.
I know I got the what was it called? The reroll for A's for Anke.
Yeah. So basically, it's whether after the frog thing you decide, you know what, it's the exam tomorrow, I'm going to stay up all night or not. I'm just giving everyone the option. But yeah, if you don't want it, that's cool. Then Seymour.
Yes. With my level 2, I gained Arcane Tradition.
Nice.
Which I took. I inherited and pursued blade singing as my mom did, and which gives me training with war and song. And I've chosen the rapier as my preferred weapon.
Oh, nice. Good stuff.
I get a few spells as well. We love some hideous laughter and things like that.
So. You get hideous laughter? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Absolutely. Love
that's awesome.
Laughter. Absolutely.
Oh, cool. And then did Seymour pull an all-nighter?
I think he would have. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stress. Okay. So after everything that happened at the tavern. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you passed your studying too, so you'll have 2 rerolls. for this first exam.
He's so excited. He's so ready.
And you can choose when you want to use them as well, and just keep that in mind. That's an important thing. And last but certainly not least, Sven, what did you do for your level 2, and did you do an all-nighter?
So for my level 2, I get Artificer Infusions. I can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with an infusion. What those infusions are not particularly important. So do I recall correctly that at some point we got a bag of holding?
No.
Okay, I was just imagining that. I was thinking of some other campaign or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Super cool. I have a bag of holding now.
Nice.
So there's that.
I'm going to double check, because now you're making me think that maybe there was, but keep going.
Does anybody else remember that, or am I just making it up?
I do not recall.
Okay, then I'm probably just making it up.
Like, I don't sound that generous.
Yeah, that's what I thought
very
too.
Not me.
That's what I told him.
Seriously? Oh dear. But you're correct. Go on, and then
I think it's our other campaign.
I think it's Saltmarsh. Because I remember it being in Saltmarsh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, super cool. But I get +1 to spell attacks.
Oh shit! Nice. This is from the infusion.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. And so you basically wake up and spend your infusions straight away on doing those things. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I have to. It's really weird. These things like infusions don't work well on basically any character sheet that is like auto-populated. Like even on D&D Beyond, like it had me choose my infusions, but I can't actually access them from my spell sheet. So it's kind of a pain. So I didn't realize that until just now. I just assumed
that's
that
so good.
So I'm gonna go back and double check what I actually chose, because it's actually a really difficult choice at this level, because
like 1 AC could change everything, so for sure.
Yeah, especially because you're forcing us to be so poor.
Yeah. It's all my fault.
It's really difficult because I can't actually choose a different one until level 6.
Gosh.
So it's rough out here.
Why can't you choose a different one until level 6? Can't you replace it when you level up or something?
You can only replace it when you get a new infusion. I don't get another infusion until level 6.
Oh, well, you can change it as when you level up if you don't like it. Or you can just... If you don't like something, you can always change it. Just talk to me about it.
Okay, that's fine. Other than that, yeah, I think for right now, the only thing that's actually important is that I get +1 to spell attacks, and I am infusing my little Strixhaven pendant thing that you gave us.
Yeah. See, I give it. That's a magic item. There you go. That's
what were the 2 items that everyone got? It was the little pendant thing. Wasn't there something else?
And a healing potion.
Yeah.
That was it.
Everyone got a healing potion. And then one of you got a mascot, which helps against a frightened condition. And one of you... I think that was it, actually.
More has that.
Okay. Yeah, and so... I was trying to remember what happened last time. I have 1 reroll for A's for Ankeg, I guess.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm not gonna pull an all-nighter because I already have a reroll.
Okay, awesome. So then,
but also I don't need sleep, so I don't know why I wouldn't.
You need to be in an active state for 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm not gonna pull an all-nighter.
Okay. So we've leveled up. we've talked about our extracurriculars, jobs, relationships, and classes. We've talked about exam prep and the fact that everyone but A again passed. Just want to make that very clear. And
Wow.
and the fact that Seymour did do an all-nighter. And so, at this point, you'll let me get some different track going here. What do we want? We'll have
I play a barbarian with exhaustion anyway, so I'm like,
yeah,
hey, I can handle
used to it.
I would like to note that Sven has created a timer in his gel matrix brain.
Good.
And every 59 seconds he casts guidance on himself.
Oh my days. Sure. See, you do realize that it's got verbal somatic components, right? So you're literally gonna have to stand there for 6 seconds waving your arms around and calling out for assistance, which is fine if you want to do that. I'm just saying it's definitely gonna get a name for yourself.
There's verbal and somatic components have no specification about how loud or obvious they need to be.
Okay, well there's something that you can't do while stealthing. So that's fine.
Okay.
Little min-max there.
I love that. My character makes an auto program to just have a thing. I love that though. I like that, like, creatively.
So,
I thought it was genius.
Thank you.
You will wake up. Slowly, your eyes blink open as the light from outside streams into the room. You're not quite familiar with your surroundings. And so it takes you a moment to realize that this is home. This is your dorm. And the soft shuffling sounds nearby are likely your dorm mates getting ready too. As you look around, something important begins to emerge in the front of your brain. You feel, or your energy matrix, you feel the sense of urgency moments before you remember. It's the morning of the exam. 2 weeks in, and already you're expected to prove that you deserve to be here. As you begin to ready yourself for the day ahead, your mind races, everything you've learnt so far. However, young minds are not always good at staying focused, and so it isn't long before, and whilst you think over your past lessons, you start to think about other things that have happened since you've been here. The other lessons you've chosen, the extracurriculars you've signed up for, the jobs you've been hired on to do, the friends you've made and the enemies, and how already you've begun to make a name for yourself on campus. Frog killers, Melwathorn called your group at the end of the debacle last night in the Fire Yacht Cafe.
What?
And before he left, he gave you a disdaining look.
Who's chasing me?
Remember the faces of those he hung around with, and how they echoed his dislike. Your mind races over it all.
Love that monologue about anxiety. Really, 10 out of 10.
Just, why not make it as realistic as possible for all of us, huh? Prosperine, I'm going to start with you. As you wake up, give us a description of what your dorm looks like, and your best and your worst moments so far at Strixhaven.
So as he wakes up on a lavish bed, super comfy. Yes. Obviously not a standard Strixhaven bed. Okay. He gets out of his pajamas, washes his face, and the rest of his room is, I would not say it is lavish, but it is certainly a higher end room that he has had his family furnish.
Okay, got you.
There's nothing really like more practical about any of it. It just looks nicer.
Got you. Okay, so it's just like a load of like silks everywhere. Just for comfort
yeah.
and pillows. Okay.
Essentially, yes.
Nice. And as you think kind of over your exams and everything that's happened, what is your best or worst moment so far at Strixhaven over the last 2 weeks? What's something that stands out to you?
His biggest triumph so far was definitely, and I have to get her name here, was definitely beating Talana in chess.
Oh, nice.
As his first time kind of playing somebody at school.
Yeah, and I mean that was for the open day, and maybe that like people already know about you for the fact that you were able to knock quite a prestigious player down. So that's pretty cool. Very nice. And what's something that Prospering is most looking forward to?
He is really looking forward to taking the Weeding Out the Weak class.
Right. Okay. That's dark. I love that. Nice. What's he so looking forward to about that?
It's a chance to prove his own magical abilities, which he wants to take pride in. Like that's the thing he wants to kind of be known for, is being able to being that guy in like any situation of like, hey, if there's one person I want on my team, it's Prospering, because like no matter what, he's gonna have something to make this situation better.
Nice. Okay. And as these thoughts cross your mind and you prepare for the exam, you do eventually leave your dorm and you're the first one out into the common area. Then I'll go for Seymour next. What does Seymour's room look like? Can't hear you, Thomas. You might be muted.
I am, thank you. His room is extremely sparse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A very simple wooden chair and a very simple wooden desk. It has a slight ability to be tilted. He prefers like a slight angle, but that is
nice.
That is about all like that he gets for as far as like specialty goes. Sometimes he enjoys closing his bed and sitting on it like a bench, like when he's like getting dressed and stuff. But for the most part, I mean, he usually closes his like sarcophagus.
So you fully have like a coffin that you sleep in?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
for sure
yes, God. I love that. Okay.
We talked about what spells I'm taking, and definitely out of habit, he puts it on that. Like in case anything were to open.
Yes.
Like,
love that.
Why is something doing that?
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Gosh, what a good spell. Imagine not taking that. That would be so boring.
It'd be so boring. So he like, he wakes up, he pushes the lid open, and he looks at the like all the like texts he just left out overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, was it worth it? Of course it will be.
We'll have to see. Yeah, and
of course it will be. He knows it will be.
What's something that you're you can either choose your favorite thing so far, the worst experience, or something you're looking forward to?
Can I hear that again?
What's one of your most favorite experiences, one of your worst experiences so far at Strixhaven in the 2 weeks that you've had, or something you're most looking forward to? Choose one of those options.
Okay. Other than Silk Ball, I'm very much looking forward to Silk Ball.
Nice.
But that aside, probably the best experience he's had so far at the school is the speed at which he felt like he was able to connect with people. I think getting an octopus put on his head is a great way to break the ice.
It's true.
So he's like, honestly, no one's calling me like any weird octopus names.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah.
no one's like talking about it like too much, but like, because to him that's embarrassing.
Mm.
Yeah, he's like kind of within. Oh, now that 2 weeks have passed, he's like, it was actually kind of fun, like, and the crew that like I met through that like interaction have been the people I continue to see day to day and want to see.
Well, for sure. I mean, now you've got a dorm room with a few of them as well. Not a dorm room, but a dorm, like, I don't even know what you call it, dormitory, I guess.
Dormitory, yeah.
Nice. And just a quick question.
We're in a wing or something with them, yeah.
Yeah, sure. For sure. Is there like a skillball poster on your wall?
Oh, a silk ball poster.
Silk ball poster.
I would love that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like everything's sparse
it's
in your room.
It's the only decoration.
Yeah. And it's like last year's winning team or something, and like you're just like, oh.
Yes.
Is it inside of the sarcophagi though?
like on the inside of the lid?
On the inside of the lid. That's what I want to know.
That's amazing.
All right, he has 2 posters, one with last year's champion and one with actual silk.
Nice. I feel like the silk ball one, like, I don't know if this is right.
I actually love that. I think it is in his coffin secretly.
Maybe the silk ball team is like out and about, but like his like favorite player is like in the coffin, and like every night you just sort of like
It's a cutout of himself as the lead player.
Yes,
I'll lose all respect.
It's your biggest secret.
That's why I cast that spell, so no one finds out.
I was about to say that's why you have the spell. That's funny. Awesome. Okay, good. Nice one. Thank you very much. And then you also exit and you see Prospering getting ready for the exam ahead. I'll go over to Sven next. What does your room look like, and how is Sven feeling about the 2 weeks so far? What's the best, worst moment, or something you're looking forward to? The best or the worst, or something you're most looking forward to?
Okay, so Sven's room is pretty Spartan. What Sven would really like is to find some metal sheets to weld together.
Okay.
And then he would actually like to cover the inside, all the walls in his room with metal.
Okay. Why?
Because he can create his own like images and light shows using historical information. So he can actually like basically create his own VR studio using reflective surfaces.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So like it's actually not the whole room. It's just that he has light emitting crystals in his eyes, and so basically like wherever he looks there's a display. So that's what he would like to acquire. I mean, if he just has it, then that's how it's decorated, so that he can recreate events from history and kind of play them as if they were there. I've been using.
Okay, maybe that's something we could work on actually. Like, see if we can. Could be just be something you have, but if it's a case of gathering materials and stuff like that, maybe there's everyone could have like a weird mini quest that you like can act on now and then and gather things for. Maybe I'll talk to each of you about that. See what we can do. Provides some benefit. Nice.
Yeah. So Sven wakes up and I actually can't use any of my infusions.
What? Why?
Because they all require a fucking item.
But you have the weapon, don't you? That you need to add the like. What
In
are
2
you
weeks.
using
So
on the?
I need a rod, staff, or wand.
Oh, can't get those at Strixhaven.
And you don't have any of those, like from your starting equipment.
I didn't think that we got starting equipment.
You get your what? You get your starting equipment and your background equipment.
Okay, well,
I'm
I'll have
not
to look
that
into that.
bad. Gosh, like
Well,
I'm bad. I'm not that bad.
I thought you were basically
gritty-
telling us
it's a
that we
gritty
walked in
experience.
naked.
No, what? No, you
Okay.
absolutely
I love
get
that.
your basic equipment and stuff. Is anyone else under that impression? Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
I just like your minimalism approach, though, Wyatt.
Yeah,
Up to this
yeah.
point.
I thought it was just Sven being Sven. I didn't know it was a misunderstanding.
So, well, that kind of changes things. Can I claim that my traveler's clothes would be a robe?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So then I'm gonna cast Mind Sharpener on my robe, and I'm going to cast Arcane Focus on my quarterstaff,
Awesome.
which is an option. And of course, I begin my daily timer of casting guidance.
Right, yeah.
And so Sven, because
how many seconds is that every single time?
it's 59 seconds.
Okay.
Or wait, you said it takes 6 seconds?
Yeah, yeah.
Casting time.
Yeah.
Oh, well then it's 54 seconds.
Right, okay, got you.
Make sure you add a D4 every time you cast guidance. On the skill check to cast it on yourself. Oh, wait.
Yep. So Sven, having very precise control of all of his motor functions, I'm just gonna say this, and you can tell me if this is gonna work or not. But Sven can actually use precise control of his digits to create not just a somatic component, but also he can create sound, because he can actually vibrate them at a frequency that's audible. You have to listen very closely, but if you did, you'd actually see Sven's fingers twitching just 1,000th of a millimeter at a speed that's actually creating sound, and every 54 seconds he does this for 6 seconds.
I love the flavor of that. You can absolutely do that as long as it's all going to be flavor. It's still going to be just as noticed as if somebody's speaking and stuff like that. So it has to be as audible as somebody speaking and things like that. As long as you're not using it to min-max, you can absolutely have that as flavor.
All right, sounds good. I mean, I don't really know how casting guidance. Okay, anyway. So something that Sven is looking forward to is learning more about social interaction, and also having a chat with the LARPing group, because he actually would like to ask them for a favor.
Okay, interesting. Guess we'll find out more about that. Nice. And then you exit your room and you're with the other two. And then we'll hop over to Aegon. So what does their room look like, and what is either their best moment, worst moment, or something they're most looking forward to at Strixhaven so far?
So Aegon's pretty sure that their room was an attic at some point that was like converted into a student room just because of the size. It's just so small. It's just so small, and all it has is like a window up against one wall, which is great. And a tiny little desk. There's no chair. There is a bed in there, but Aegon has decided to create a nest in the corner.
Oh,
Because they're a bird, and they like they prefer to sleep on.
That's too cute.
I know, right? They prefer to sleep on just a little, like, it's basically kind of like a bundle of hay that's been reassembled. And pinned up against, like, the left-hand wall or whatever is a, like, sepia-style photo of the family back home. And yeah, that's kind of where Aegon's at.
Nice one. And then what's sorry, that's your room, right?
Yeah, that's the room.
Yeah, and what's something you're best, worst, or something you're most looking forward to at Strixhaven so far?
Aegon's having like a super hard time right now just because of like all of the weirdness that has happened like since being here, the kind of like imposter syndrome that they're experiencing just with classes. And, you know, I mean, obviously failing the first like study check didn't really do anything to help any of that out. So all of these experiences have been kind of rough. They're looking forward to like learning more because that's what they're here for, and they really want to, you know, they want to do their best so they can go back home and, you know, help out the family and be more useful in that way. So they're looking forward to classes and things, but definitely like worst moments are just like that anxiety monologue was everything that was inside of Aegon's head. So yeah.
Okay. And you do wake up, and thankfully though, as maybe there is some relief in all of this, you do realize that whatever magical effect was on you before, it's finally worn off, as the wintry chill that was seemingly now a permanent resident in your room since last night does finally begin to fade.
I notice and shake off the like remaining snowflakes on my wings and get ready. Nice.
And then last but certainly not least, Dravorax. What is Dravorax's room like?
So Dravorax's room is almost floor to ceiling, wall to wall, filled with clothing, either finished, half finished, large swathes of fabric, thread, and a large stand loom that he brought from home. And can't have the power loom in here, but was able to get a nice kind of hand stand loom, which has weights tied to it, so it helps. It assists with the weaving because it tells you exactly when it gets to the end and you have to switch over based off of the weight system and how that like push pulley system works with it. And so all of that is just like work, but a craft that Dravorax really enjoys, and there are some really nice looking pieces with whatever types of cloth he can scrounge up. And all of that except this one corner of the room, which is almost completely clear, expertly clean, and it has just a small water feature that is the best waterfall type deal he could do, kind of a self-replicating waterfall that sits behind a little bonsai tree that he takes care of, and that is where he prays to Eldoth. The waterfall is her symbol, and so that one area is kept completely clean and free of mischief, but the rest of it's just clothes, as far as the eye can see.
Nice. Okay.
And then easily Dravorax's worst thing since coming to Strixhaven was the agonizing conversation with a man toddler named Melithorn.
Oh my gosh. So bad about it.
That's that.
Awesome. Okay, brilliant. You all convene outside in the dorm, and it is nearly time for your exam. Is there anything that anybody wanted to talk about or discuss? Or are we just heading on over to the exam straight away? How are folks feeling?
Is it premature to cry?
Yep, I'm ready to fail.
How dare you?
I believe
you're going to do great.
I believe I was muted, Eric.
Oh,
I think only you heard that. Great.
good. I'm glad.
Nice.
The absolute mischief that came out of his mouth just now.
I'll repeat it.
Don't you dare.
Repeat
He
it.
puts his arm around Dravarak's waist and says, "I've been smelling owl tears all night."
Dravarak slaps you across the face before you finish the sentence.
Oh, Aegon just like overhears like bits and pieces of it, but isn't really paying attention, but like curls up into themselves and is just like, keep it together, keep
I'm
it together,
sorry, I'm such
keep
an
it
ass.
together.
Aegon, if you'd like to sit next to me when we take the exam, that would be, I'd like that.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Good, and good luck. I think we'll do it.
Yeah, you too.
Side eyes, Seymour, and walks toward the exam room.
Okay. Well,
Travertine would be so sad.
I assume that we can sit next to each other like we normally do, Prospertine. Unless you want to keep an extra space just for posterity's sake. How about you, Sven? I know you like to build little folder forts sometimes to make sure no one else is cheating. But
that totally tracks. I love that.
Wow.
deny it. Say you haven't done that.
I am unfamiliar with folders. I do not require writing to remember things. I would like to sit with these people that I know.
Ooh. He puts his hand on his shoulder. You probably shouldn't say like. Never mind. These people is can sometimes be very misconceived. Sven. Just be careful. I'm just trying to help you.
I appreciate my time with Owl and Elephant.
Nice.
You like them? He like side eyes you.
I believe
he does take a seat though.
Yeah, I'll sit down and say.
Are we in the classroom right now?
Or I'm holding the. Aren't we? Sorry.
You can be. No, that's fine. That's great. Suits me.
I'm not sure.
We don't need you anymore, Ben.
Yeah, right. It's just.
All right, everyone, roll for initiative.
All right, thank you. I will. Where are the frogs at?
Oh dear.
Now that I have opened the frogs, I have a more familiar understanding with their anatomy.
Okay. As you all begin to sit down,
You and my dad would get along.
Coming into the class with their group and a stormy look set on his face, Melwithorn enters and gives Dravarax especially a look of frustration and disdain.
If you think I won't cast Bane on this fucker.
And he announces, he says to his group, loud enough for you to hear, but not directly towards you. So it looks like the frog killers are here. It seems they were able to take some time out of their busy schedule killing animals in order to actually take the exam and attend the school properly. That's good for them.
Melathorn.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, Aegon, I just got the most terrible draft and some just creaking sound of wood etching against itself as if it's so valuable and so important.
Oh my god.
Wow. Sorry.
Does he look?
I shouldn't speak so loud. Should use our inside voices. Little bats his eyes at Melathorn at that.
Some people should just be quiet overall.
Sven turns and says, "Yes, I believe it is thought of as rude to speak of others in such a way so loudly."
As Melathorn is about to respond, as if saved by the bell, all of a sudden, the rest of the class begins to enter and take their seats. And along with them enters your professor, Professor Varelda Lang, who's also a dryad, much like Melathorn is. And she looks around the class and she says, "Right then, hello there, students. Today we'll be having our first exam in A is for Ankeg. And, well, I'm looking forward to taking you through this. I do hope that you've all had enough chance to study and that you didn't stay up too late for your first exam. It won't be too hard, I'm sure. These are the basic things about monsters and, well, I'm sure you've had ample time to do what you need to, but don't be too harsh on yourself if you aren't able to pass. The most important thing is that when you go out there into the world, you're safe from, any harm that you might find when interacting with animals of all natures, and also that they're protected and you know how to treat them properly too. Because what is this world if not a nice balance in nature? Am I right?" She says, kind of like bowing her head almost in kind of reverence, as if that's like some form of prayer or something. She then looks to all of you and she says, "So, without further ado, I'd like you all to please get out your pens. There will be no abilities, there will be no option to use your magical capabilities during this exam. It is based on your own aptitude and not on whatever you might be able to give yourself. So if I see any hands waving about or muttering underneath your breath, sorry. I don't know why that happened. Then you will be, that will count as a fail. Also, no cheating. I don't want to see you looking at anyone else's exams. I've got a keen eye on all of yous. Have I made myself clear?" And she looks specifically over to Seymour when she says this. Apparently picking you out to be the most likely to cheat for whatever reason.
Racist.
Damn.
She locks eye contact hard with me.
Not hard. She just like rests on you. Like
I catch the glance though. Okay.
Mhm.
You should fight her.
He just tightens up on his pen. Yeah, he's like, "I'll fucking show you." Like,
I think
I'm gonna cheat so fucking good on this test, guys.
when like she's handing out the things, she leans over to you, Seymour, and she says, "Look, I know you look quite tired and stuff, and I wanted to say that if
I'll never admit to other students, but I stayed up all night studying.
Yeah, I thought you might have. I just, it's why I'm. Just make sure you do your best, and
that was through message. I'm so sorry. That was through message. He's just looking at her.
Well, she's like whispering over to you anyway, so this is just between the two of you. But she says, just make sure you're looking after yourself. That's the most important thing, first and foremost. And you sort of get the impression now, actually, she rested on you because she's worried that you've overdone it, and she's actually like taking a concern in your well-being, is what you are able to surmise after this. Right, everybody, you've all got your papers now. Please do feel free to turn them over and begin the exam. It will end an hour's time from now. Please do make sure you answer both the multiple choice and and complete the essay section. If you need more paper, then, well, just let me know. And she goes and sits at the front of the class. So, there are two parts to this exam. There's the multiple choice and there is the written essay side. What you are going to need to do is you either need to choose whether you are going to try and complete this exam or whether you're going to cheat. And you can choose that on either roll.
Actually cheat.
But if you cheat, okay, you cannot use your study rerolls on the cheating roll because you didn't study to cheat, you studied to pass the exam. So keep that in mind.
I'm gonna do this so fair and square, actually.
So what you get for the first one is, let me just get up my little notes here.
No,
the
I'm
amount of
cheating.
anxiety for this whole thing, just bringing me back to exams in college is really just hitting so hard.
We can actually we cannot do this if you
no, it's just amazing. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, I would do so good, but my whole life is dependent on a die roll right now.
Fair enough. Oh dear. So what I'm going to need from all of you is the first multiple choice one talks about the different properties of an ankeg and what makes it so such a ferocious beast for most adventurers to come up against. This will be because of the way that it is worked on. It is actually going to be a Arcana check because it's all about how they were made and the magical properties that they have that make them so different from any other sort of beast and why they're a monstrosity. Going down the list, well, actually no, all of you get to just roll an Arcana, okay? And if you pass, I'll give you some information. Well, actually, no. What I'll say is you can roll and then see if you want to re-roll or not. I'm not going to tell you what the DC is. Unless I already have and I've forgotten.
Wow.
I don't think I did. That is brilliant, you folks. Good job.
Do we get inspiration?
Everyone does start off with inspiration, yeah.
Are we allowed to use it on this?
Yes, if you wish to.
And that just adds advantage, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Now remember, this is, if normal people were trying to take these tests, they'd be just totally in over themselves, probably.
Okay.
I'm responding to Spirit's message in Discord, I'm sorry.
Got you, no, it's all good. Does anybody want to re-roll their roll?
How many questions are there? And I don't understand the parameters of the test.
So there are 2 questions in total. One will require an Arcana check and one will require an Insight check. Is the next one?
There are 2 questions?
There are multiple questions. There's a whole multiple choice section and there's an essay section. That's what I said at the start. What I'm saying is there's 2 rolls to summarize each section. If that makes sense.
I would like to re-roll.
And you don't know the DC for it, but you've got to work out basically if you think you've done well enough for it.
So essentially, I expect that this one roll is 50% of my rolling to be done here.
Yeah, and
I'm definitely going to use inspiration.
Well, you can use your reroll. But
okay.
Nice. The other thing to note as well is if you can either ace the exam, which is getting both questions right, pass the exam, which is getting one of the questions right, or you fail if you get both of the rolls. If you fail both rolls. When I say questions, I mean rolls. Sorry, my brain's not functioning very well with this right now. So yeah, there's 2 rolls, and as long as you pass one of the rolls, you pass the exam.
Okay.
If you pass the exam, you get 1 student die, which is one of the options, one of the skills that A's for Arncade gives you, or one of your optional classes. You can have a D4 towards one of those rolls. Okay. If you ace it, you get 2 D4 of the A's for Arncade or your optional classes. So, for example, some of them have like a Constitution saving throw with them, or Perception. You'd get a D4 towards that skill to use, like you'd use Inspiration. It just sort of sits there, and you'd mark that off on your sheet. Okay? Does that make sense for everybody? Sorry for not explaining this very well. Okay. So it seems like everybody understood that. I'm going to take silence as confirmation. Okay. So, please everyone note down. Actually, I'm gonna write down your highest scores. 1 second. So Sven re-rolled. So Sven 16. Then we had Prosperine. And that was a re-roll as well, Prosperine, yeah? Seymour?
Yes, it was.
Again?
I have 2 available, but I'm pleased with mine.
Yeah.
A reroll, do I have to take the new roll?
There might be more. I'll tell you when the exam's over too. There might be more to the whole exam thing, so don't worry.
I appreciate that. Okay.
So if you don't use re-rolls, don't worry about it. It might be worth keeping them.
Okay, thank you. I was like, wasn't sure if it was one of those things like, does it work like advantage if I were to then, or is it the
it's
new
better than
roll?
advantage. It's you get so with a re-roll you get to literally re-roll it, whereas advantage you have to like with inspiration or advantage you have to use it first.
I see. This is better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've got everyone's scores for the first exam. The next exam is an insight. And I've actually, for those of you who passed, I'm going to give you some information now. You all passed, well done, and you all learn the following things. The Ankeg, the arcane energies that changed up, gave it these massively powerful mandibles to dig winding tunnels deep beneath the ground. That is what Sven learns. And then Prosperine, when it hunts, the Ankeg uses these mandibles to actually burrow upwards, specifically waiting below the surface until its antenna detects movement from above. That's what you learn, Prosperine. And then Seymour. Then it bursts from the earth and seizes its prey in its mandibles, crushing and grinding while it secretes acidic digestive enzymes over that creature. Then Aegon, you've written an essay on, the answers that you've given prompt you to remember that these enzymes help dissolve a victim for easy swallowing, but the Anke can also squirt the acid in order to take down foes too. And finally, Drovalax, you note that the large antenna that it uses responds to any movement around it. Okay? So that is
now roll initiative.
Yeah. No, not quite. Then we need an insight check for the essay portion of this. So everyone, I'm going to need an insight check. And this is basically on how to look at the characteristics of this creature and how best to know yourself and others as this happens. Oh dear. I like how the other rolls rolled your dice over to something else, and it's not
I
on that
know
one.
it really hurts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to re-roll?
If only.
Oh no. Tommy, you have a reroll.
But mine is. I guess I could use one now.
Yeah, you rolled a 7, so it's whether you
that's
think.
mine? Wait, I thought I had an 8. Oh, yeah, I read Draverax's. Oops, you're right. I would like to use a reroll.
Go for it. And you can re-roll a re-roll as well if you really feel like you need to.
In this system, can I pick up the 3D dice and flick it to re-roll? I know that I can't right now.
I don't think so, no.
I'm going to attempt it,
yeah,
but I'll take the first roll.
Yeah. I think you can actually. I think I did it before.
Oh, no! Re-roll. I got a 17 on the roll, but it probably didn't trigger.
I'm rolling it now. Can you see it?
No. Okay. It's independent. That's not fun. Damn.
That's a shame.
I was hoping that I could like wiggle my dice. Anyway.
Did you want to re-roll the re-roll, or are you gonna keep that?
It's too juicy to re-roll. I stayed up all night. Come on! Sometimes you stay up all night, and that's the problem. All right.
Okay, so your highest was the 9.
All my days. I'm usually so lucky, guys. Wow.
I mean, Aegon got a 4, but I still actually feel like yours was somehow worse.
He like looks around the room and sees like Aegon like flip the page, and he realizes that was the page that like. He's like, oh my god, like...
Aegon just face planted onto, like, the paper, just fell completely over.
He looks at Dravrax like, what will he do?
As you are answering the second part of this essay question, unfortunately, Seymour and Aegon, you find this quite a difficult section to answer. But Sven, you learn that although ankegs receive a certain portion of their nutrients from the soil through which they burrow, they must supplement their diet with fresh meat, which is why they sometimes are found attacking weakened adventurers. And then Prosperine, you learn that pastures teeming with grazing livestock and forests rife with game are an ankeg's prime hunting grounds. And thus, ankegs are the bane to farmers and rangers everywhere. And finally, Dravrax, you learn that as it burrows through the earth, the ankeg leaves a narrow, partially collapsed tunnel in its wake. And sometimes one, if they're lucky, can find the remnants of malted ankeg chitin or hatched ankeg eggs, or even the grisly remains of ankeg victims, including coins or other treasure scattered during the creature's attack in these collapsed tunnels. And that is the exam. Now, as you are all kind of like looking around, Aegon and Seymour, you both kind of realise maybe the second part of the test stumped you. But what surprises you the most, actually, is the fact that Melwithorn seems to be incredibly frustrated and has already gone to the front of the class and is talking with Professor Verelda. And as you see those two talking, you see Professor Lang's face drop, and all of a sudden her brow furrows as she turns to look toward Dravrax specifically.
Oh, I knew it.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Aegon's just mad that they didn't realize that the ankeg was what they called a land pincher on the farm.
Yeah.
So they just got horribly confused because they'd never called it an ankeg before, but somehow just so that's how I'm explaining my failure.
Like had they like called it the land pincher or cattle snatcher, like 10 out of 10 you'd have gotten it. But
10 out of 10. Like I have a +3 to inside. Like what even is an ankeg? That makes no sense.
Yeah, disgusting.
I believe it's derived from... Oh, never mind. Ant head, I'd assume.
So definitely keep note of the things I told you. Might come up at some point.
Weird. Never
strange.
expected that.
I mean, just in your adventuring, like after you leave university and go out adventuring, you might meet an ankeg. So just keep it in mind to level 10.
Field trip to the farm, everyone.
What? Huh? But yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes. So I'll return at what? Let's make it 5-2. I'll return at 5-2.
All right. Goodbye, Chekhov's gun. We love it.
We'll see what happens. What was that? And I'm back. Just gonna chat to the folks. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You're being very rude. I like it.
Who?
You.
Rude?
In
Why?
this next scene.
I don't
Are
know what
kidding?
you mean. I would never be rude.
Couldn't.
Jess is not back yet.
Okay, no worries. We can hold off for a hot second. Yeah, with the guidance thing, it's absolutely fine. What I'm trying to bring focus to, saying like, oh, min-maxing, that was me being a bit surprised and like not prepared for it. I'm bad with surprises as well. It's absolutely fine. I think it's actually a cool role-playing thing. You just would have to be aware that other people on campus will take note of like Sven rhythmically doing this thing, which is again maybe a cool role-playing part to it. Most people, when they, how I've always played guidance out, is that if you know you're about to do a role, then you can absolutely use guidance on it. If it's more of like a reactive role or something that wouldn't make sense in the moment, then you wouldn't be able to use guidance on it. For example, when somebody is making like an acrobatics check to get out of the way of like something falling towards them. Now, most people would say that's dexterity saving throw or whatever, but you might not. Sometimes like you might not have the kind of like. It's more important that you do the acrobatics check than you do the. You spend that turn casting guidance or whatever, and so people are just going to do that. However, so that's when people usually use guidance, is like they feel like they've got it all the time. But because you're doing it as like a role-playing feature that it's like kind of part of your Warforged thing, I can see that being cool. So yeah, I'm happy to run with it. I just think that obviously there'll be like certain situations and stories where maybe you don't want to use it, and so I think as long as we're okay with assuming that it's always up and role playing it that way, but when it's obvious, maybe I make a note that it's, so when it's not appropriate, I make it like I say to you like, hey, in this scenario it might not be, guidance might not be the thing or whatever, then we talk about it then.
Okay.
You can absolutely stealth whilst doing guidance as well, by the way. What I meant by that is you can't like, it has a chance of breaking a stealth. So as in like, it doesn't mean it stops you doing stealth completely, just like breaks you out of it entirely. Like with anyone ever trying to stealth and cast magic, it would break you out of it. So for example, again, in long scenes with where you're stealthing around, that might be where you don't cast guidance, otherwise there's going to be consistent checks for stealth needed or something.
Right. So I have a potential fix for this.
Yeah.
And that's that I actually use my magical tinkering.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of my casting becoming entirely inaudible, I actually record a message.
That's hilarious.
And what's important is that I actually record a message, not that is the spellcasting, but it's actually targeted white noise that suppresses the exact sounds that I'm making. So to like a casual observer, when I activate my tinkered magical item, if they're not paying attention, even if they were like near me, the sound that I'm making and the sound that the object, my tinkered object make, cancel each other out. Obviously, if somebody was like very closely paying attention, or they had some like, you know, extra ability, then they might be able to like see or understand what I was doing. It also makes it a choice for me to do. So like I would actually describe the fact that I tap my object, and you know, if like a stealth roll is applicable. So I feel like that might be a little more in line with.
Oh, so it's not like you're not casting it all the time. It's just when you cast guidance, this is a way to make it more subtle.
Well, I am casting it all the time.
Right. Okay.
But my subtlety is actually, so for one thing, I thought like if I actually use one of my class features instead of just like kind of making
that is cute. Yeah.
this thing, it's like a little better. But also I feel like it fits a little better as like a immersion thing.
Yeah.
That, it's actually, we can talk about this offline.
Yeah. Can we pin it for just this session? For everyone, if you ever want to like come up with cool things like this, absolutely do so. But just speak to me about it as well, because I working out on the fly is results may vary, sort of thing. But yeah, no, I actually like the idea of that overall. I like, because I don't think the tinkering thing often gets utilized for Artificer, even though it's like one of their coolest flavor parts. So yeah, let's work on that.
Okay.
Have we got everyone back? Jess, are you back?
I am.
Hi.
Hey.
And do we have Spirit?
Yep.
Nice. Okay. You all of a sudden see Professor Verelda Lang look over towards you, Dravarax, and she says very clearly, right, I'd like everyone's papers on the desk, please. Dravarax, can I have a word with you? Whilst I collect everyone's papers.
Of course.
And she stands up, and you see, like, you swear she was about 5'4" beforehand, but you kind of, as she moves towards the corner, she almost grows in size, and you kind of hear almost the creaking of her bark skin as it elongates. And
okay, well, I stand up and I'm 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, so it's
too,
fine.
so.
Yeah, but it's almost like she's doing it to maybe match your height or something.
I see.
And now when you look at her, she's still not as tall as you. She's about 6'3", but going from like 5'4" to 6'3" is still in and of itself like that's fairly cool.
That is dramatic change.
Yeah. And she looks at you and she says, she first turns to Melwithorn and she says, don't think you're off the hook for this one. You've just admitted that you've been doing, what's the word? Not clandestine.
Surreptitious?
Sure, I don't even know what that means, but let's go with it. Surreptitious activities with school property. Those frogs are meant to be used in magical experimentation, and you've been taking them to the Fire Yolt Cafe in order to race frogs. Now, you've already told me that Dravarax was one of them, and you were so distressed from what you saw there with Dravarax. I need to speak with you about this in a moment. That it's kept you up all night and made you unable to... Well, you say you feel like you've you failed your exam because of it. And then she turns to Dravarax and she says, am I right in what I've heard here, in that you were involved in destroying university property?
I didn't destroy anything.
And then Melwithorn says, you and your cronies ended up...
Say that again. Melwithorn, please.
Seymour stands up.
And then I think, like, Verelda holds up her hand and she says, We do not need to insult each other here, and tension can be taken out of this matter right away. Thank you very much, both of you.
Seymour sits down.
You see, like on the
And he folds his hands politely.
what's up, Figo?
No, never mind. I have something that I was going to ask, but I'm going to ask it later.
You see that as like she's like speaking as well and like being authoritative, the little twigs that come off her like major form now and then, like become thorned and barbed as well, kind of adding to her intimidating presence. And she says, we can take any insults and rudeness out of this situation. I just want to know what happened. So, Dravorax, if you would please, let me know what happened last night whilst you were at the Fire Yolt Cafe.
Yes, we were at the Fire Yolt Cafe, myself and my squad, as I don't remember the professor's name, I'm sorry. Whatever. No, the one that named us a squad, or whatever the school calls a squad. I don't know, never mind.
Oh, Sharpbeak. Professor Sharpbeak. Yeah, okay.
That as Sharpbeak called us, we were invited there, and there was this racing going on that you speak of. I must say, I'm a little embarrassed. I had absolutely no idea that was frowned upon. That this was not something that was sanctioned by the school itself. I guess I made a poor judgment error, not thinking it could be a foolish game instead. So if that is the case, Ms. Merelda, then I'm very sorry. But what happened afterward, with the frogs growing in size and attacking us, that was not us at all. That was very, very scary. My friends got badly hurt when that happened. This is the second time we've been attacked at the school, you must understand.
Trevrax, the school is full
a
of
little shaken.
Dangerous. Well, that is what Melvithorn has been telling me as well. That the issue is that the school is full of these magical creatures and equipment and all sorts that shouldn't be taken off of grounds. And if you ever see anything like this happen again, you need to inform a faculty member and not get involved as soon as possible. Do you understand me?
I do understand.
Now, unfortunately, because of these actions and what I've heard, I do have to do something about this. So, I am going to have to take this into account when grading your exams, and I will have to say that you and Melwathorn will be failing the exam unless you give me a full account of every single person who was involved, and it might mean that it affects their exams as well.
Do we hear this?
Give me a second. You must understand that treating animals and equipment with respect is almost a core philosophy as part of my teachings in this class. And then, like, you all hear that. I just wanted to finish that last bit. Why does Prospero want to do anything?
I did not.
Yeah, as he hears this, like, Prosperine stands up and walks down next to Dravorax. And he goes up to her and he's like, I was involved last night with Dravorax, and I think it is unfair that our unforeseen circumstance is something that is taken into grading. And I think that I would like to challenge this decision on our grades.
Okay, I'll take note of that. Was there anyone else, though? I need to know who was involved. And she says, looking between the two of you.
Sven stands up and starts walking towards the group and says, "Excuse me, Professor. I would like to address some seeming inconsistencies in what I have been told by you and other staff members.
Okay.
Oh,
I keep hearing the explanation, and frankly, it seems like an excuse that our safety is up to us because this is a magical school, there are magical things, and they're very dangerous. And yet, when someone, and he looks at Melvertine, casts
Melverthorn.
or Melverthorn. Yeah, Melverthorn. Looks at Melverthorn and says, and yet, when some people cast, was it transmutation that might detect? When Sven cast detect magic on the
yeah,
black
it was
oil,
transmutation. Yeah.
transmutation. Yet when some people cast transmutation spells on items that attempt to kill us, we're told that we will be punished for defending ourselves from imminent danger. I would like the staff to make a conclusive decision on whether or not it's the school's responsibility to defend us, or if we shall defend ourselves. Furthermore, when we arrived at the cafe, and we found Melverthorn and a platoon of their friends around this frog racing activity, we had no reason to think that it was anything other than respectful and sanctioned activity. I think as a more senior student that Melverthorn should certainly be held to a higher standard, and frankly, I find it
Yeah.
And frankly, I find it extremely distasteful that they would knowingly allow freshman students to participate in something illicit and then attempt to get them in trouble for said participation.
And then you just hear Melverthorn almost childlessly retort, in the same age as the rest of, in the same year as the rest of you, Brick. But this is you talking to the teacher. Sven, would you like me to? You could either roll me a persuasion or an intimidation. Intimidation will be easier, but will have more dramatic effects. Either way, persuasion will be harder.
Who are you attempting to intimidate?
The teacher, right? Because you're saying that they should be like the school should be protecting the students. Everything you've just said was addressed towards the professor. Obviously, add your guidance to this as well.
Okay. Yeah. I guess.
I'm assuming when you got up, you probably would have cast it on yourself.
Well, of course. Yeah, and also, I thought that Melverthorn was a sophomore.
No worries.
But we're in the same class, so that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess I will cast Intimidation. Sven is...
cast Intimidation, I love it.
I will cast Intimidation. Sven,
I cast Fist.
Sven, at this point, is not familiar with this feeling, but they're actually very frustrated to the point of considering taking action.
Yeah, I think we've seen that.
Because between the first visit and
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, give us that roll.
Frog thing.
While you're at it, oh jeez, I was saying a thread that only Sven and Draverax can see goes to him, and I use my bold new bond, so he gets another D4 on top of that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll 2 more D4.
Okay, I find
good call, Eric.
Nice.
And that doesn't actually involve any like somatic or any weird components like that. So
Okay, so that's a 9 in total. What I'll tell you is this, okay? You see. Okay, I'll come back to the results of the thing in a second. But Sven, there is a strange silence. You're not used to, like, your interpretation of people. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that people like to talk an awful lot? There's usually always some retort or whatever. I mean, Melwathorn obviously proved that just now with the churlish remark that he made back to you. But there is almost all of a sudden this awkward silence where everyone in the class is just like holding their breath, waiting for Professor Verelda's response. As such, it's actually because of this that Dravarax, your ears pick up just as you finish kind of giving aid to Sven. You hear something outside the classroom. Are you going to pay attention to that, or are you going to keep your focus on the conversation at hand?
I guess I'd swap my
Obviously, it doesn't mean, I'm not saying you're like blind and deafened to everything going on in class.
Yeah.
I just mean like whatever is your main focus right now.
Yeah, I would. If I heard something strange, I'd probably pay attention to it.
Okay,
especially
go
at
ahead
school.
and roll me a perception check then, please. But whilst you do that, I'm going to go back to the Sven for now. And Professor Verelda Lang just holds her hand up to you, Sven, and casts Entangle. No. And she says, look, I think that all of these concerns are absolutely valid, and I'm sorry that your experience of the school so far has been so tumultuous. You have to understand, though, that these kinds of concerns need to be taken up with your student advisor, which is, I think at the moment, Professor Sharpbeak. And I think that actually you've both made a good point that indeed, Professor Sharp, that you do need to talk to your counselor. You were saying something before, Dravarax, my brain's just gone about.
When I talked about Sharpbeak, I was just talking about the squad.
Yeah, but you were talking about. I can't remember. But if there is, she'll carry on. She'll say, if there is some things, Sven, going on at the school that needs to be brought to the attention of the faculty, I am very grateful that you now brought it to at least my attention, because I can promise you I will be following this thing up. You said there was some transmutation magic. We can absolutely set up a meeting and talk about that and get to the bottom of whatever that was. But for now, she says, now addressing the entire class, I will have to take into direct consideration. Oh, this is what you were saying. Everything that's been said, and as such, cannot give you directly your results until I've spoken with faculty about the best and most appropriate method to go forward. It's at this point that the scene changes, but very importantly, Dravarax, where is that perception check, please?
Oh, you asked for a full check.
Yeah.
Got it. Lovely. Will do.
That is so important that you just rolled that. Okay. So you, during this speech that she was giving, you heard something on the outside and you swear it was the familiar sound of footsteps, but they stopped and they seemed to have actually been there for a while. During this whole scene even, just you only noticed it just after you gave Sven the aid, but during the whole scene, you kind of now realise that these footsteps have been pacing back and forward, and it's just in that moment where Professor Lang finishes that the familiar footsteps make sense all of a sudden, because round the corner appears Professor Sharpbeak, and she says, she goes, oh, hold on. I'm from New Zealand and this is my Sharpbeak accent, which is terrible, but that's all right. Professor Verelda Lang, I was wondering if I might disturb. I've come to speak to Dravarax, Sven, Aegin, Seymour, and Prosperine. And then her eyes like immediately look over to you, Dravarax, the Professor Verelda's eyes, and she says, right, so that's who the group was, is it? And she's like, oh, do you know what's going on? And then the two of them have a conversation, basically, that yes, Sharpbeak is here to talk to you about the events that happened to last night, because it's come to her attention that some property went missing, and this is where she's being like directed to. And then obviously like now Professor Lang saying, oh, well, Melbathorn told me about this. And it comes to, long story short, after hearing like kind of your pleas, and you know that she's been listening outside Dravarax is the main thing about this. She says, so I think, well, if you're looking for more counsel as a student advisor, Professor Verelda Lang, I must say that I do think having them fail an exam so early on in their tests would be rather a brash decision. But I understand why you would do it. She says, kind of like looking over to your group to kind of like try and be on your side, like giving you like the like, you know, I'm sticking up for you here. Maybe there is some extra credit that can be given to this group if they were to pass a more informal part of the exam. Maybe, well, we could go over to the demonstration grounds and we could see actually what they've learned in practice, if you think that would be feasible. These students have proven to me so far that they have the right heart and intentions for the school, and though they might not know the bylaws of the school all too well, I think they can prove to you, if you give them the chance, that they are very considerate over their teammates, each other, and the school's reputation as a whole. And Professor Verelda Lang at this point almost is like, she just like nods along with this. This seems to be like an acceptable thing to her. And then Sharpbeak turns to your group and gives like Aegin a look for a moment. Kind of how is Aegin reacting to all of this going on around, like the exam you've just had, maybe not doing so great in it? Like what's Aegin feeling right now?
Well, I wanted to say that Aegin was going to be up where everyone else was. Nice. And like profess themselves as being part of the group for Dravarax's sake.
Nice.
But they're a little confused at this, like, why Sharpbeak's looking at them. They're just kind of assuming that it's like an owl thing. So a little confused, a little upset that like it's, you know, I mean, they're thinking about this exam and the land pincher really got to them. And and they're really like just confused as to why like it's, you know, why is it always you 5? Instead of like why Melbathorn gets to like go and cry to a professor and get pity. Doesn't make sense to Aegin.
So, am I all right in thinking that all of you, all 6 of you, she says, looking from you 5 and then to Melbathorn, are happy to take responsibility for everyone who was involved in the that scenario and perform a final part of the exam, at which point your grades will be decided with that in consideration? Or should we take a more formal process for this and look into other disciplinary measures?
Probably going to be better than that essay I just bombed.
If you do well enough in this part of the exam, you might even ace the test overall, she says. And then Professor Lang like nods again sagely. Apparently she knows what's going into this.
Aegin will take that bet.
I suppose that is acceptable.
Prospering nods in agreement.
Seymour actually hasn't said anything since she told him to sit down.
Nah. Does he say something now, or?
He does stand up, and he says, "Miss Lang, Mrs. Lang."
That's so Professor Sharpie was the one just speaking, but yeah, Professor Lang is the main teacher that you've just been having during this test.
Yeah.
Yes, Seymour, what can I help you with?
I came to this school to get one of the greatest educations that my parents could acquire. And I didn't come here to stir anything up in the first weeks here and screw any of that up or risk any opportunity I'm given.
I understand that.
So I'll do whatever I have to prove that I'm better than I'm better than he is.
Oh.
Points at the little pile of twigs in the corner.
Melwathorn furrows their brow at you, but Lang.
He literally casts a message at him and says, "If you've got a problem with anybody in this group, you come through me first. You got that?" And that's just between me and him. Message, me and Melwathorn.
You do have to speak the verbal component as part of the message, just so you know. But
then I say it so it's in his mind and out loud.
Okay.
To the whole classroom.
Seymour Metcalf, Professor Lang, seeing as you were just addressing her, calls out your name.
Yeah, he's a little hot right now. He hasn't said a single thing because he's hot. He's really mad.
Currently, if you go for Professor Sharpbeak's informal process, there will be no mark on your records, which I'm assuming your parents would be most displeased with were you to get that on your permanent record. Maybe you might take the generous offer that Professor Sharpbeak has given you and stop squabbling and get on with the rest of the exam anyway, so that all of us can get past this event and learn from it for the better. All of us, she says, then turning her attention from you to Melwathorn, who's like, just looks like he's eating, like, drank sour milk, which for a tree would be awful, I'm assuming.
Oh.
Or maybe really good, maybe really nutritious. I don't know. Sounds bad, but yeah. She then
he looks at Sharpbeak.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I would love to accept the gracious offer," and he bows like a solid 45 degrees.
Nice. She nods her head, like kind of copying you, and then she says, "Right then, let's go out into the demonstration fields and get this sorted. I'll look forward to you being able to show off what you've learned so far." As you're walking, she kind of leans over to Prospering a little bit, and she says, your group has been studied, right? Because they're going to need everything they've learned in this next part."
They'll be prepared.
Good. Things to note. If you make sure that none of you will come to any harm, I'll make sure of that. But if all of you are able to get through this part of the exam without, anyone needing assistance at the end of it, I will be considering that an ace of the exam. So you have actually got a chance for all of you as a group to pass this exam with flying colours. From the looks of some of your friends' faces, I think they could probably do with it. So maybe you want to make sure that they all work. You lot work together to get the best out of this. She kind of gives you an elbow nudge, hoping to help you out with this as much as she possibly can.
All 6 of us looks out. We have to.
Oh yeah, you got to learn how to work together. That's what the student body spirit's about. Isn't that right, Driver X?
Yes.
You're on the cheer squad. You all know about working together?
Yes, I love working with my peers. And I am well studied on this, Professor Sharpbeak. I am confident I would have aced it the first time.
Well, Prosperine here tells me that You've got what it takes, all of you, and from what I've seen, I believe it too. So let's get this show on the road, she says, as you finally walk out of the building and into the demonstration area. Let me just make sure this is...
Has anyone set foot in the demo room before? Or is this our first time being in this particular, like...
You wouldn't have been in it in a class. This is usually something for second years. This is where most of their classes are.
Don't
Seymour
make
thinks
any
that's cool.
sudden
He's such a
nerd. So all of the other students in your class, which are your friendly NPCs that you've got a list of. So they've all been hearing this the entire time, by the way. All of your friends, all that kind of stuff. They're all here.
Of course.
Basically, you are told that. Sorry, one thing I forgot to say is that you'll get a total from your group of 5 points off for each frog you've killed. Would be sorry, she was threatened to fail you and take 5 points off for each frog you killed. She says that she's still willing to. You now have a chance not to fail the exam, was the agreement here, but that you still are likely to get the points knocked off. Whereas Sharpbeak actually said, if you ace this is what she was saying to you, Prospering. Sorry, I got my wires crossed here. You still have the chance to ace this and pass the exam, but on top of that, if you ace it, she'll make sure that no points get deducted off the house, off of your group. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, so you're all going to be on this map. And let me know when it's loaded up for all of you.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Does this look super fun?
Yes.
I mean, do we get to fight Melwithorn?
You get to fight with Melwithorn. You're not supposed to beat up Melwithorn.
I heard fight Melwithorn, so I'm...
Yeah, I think that's what we all heard.
Again, all of you must work together in order to overcome the great difficulties you will face in your time in the school and outside of it. You can squabble if you like, but it's not going to help you pass this test. She says, almost as if reading your minds. So a few notes about this. These block line of sight, these bigger stones. So anything that has the little rubble underneath it will block line of sight across it. Just so you know that. Hopefully it should be affecting your actual sight too. Like your token, you should have, it should be affecting it. The other thing is, this is all difficult terrain, this mud area, as is this water area. The major difference being this water area is
drowned in it.
If you
I don't see any of this.
You don't see any of this. Okay. That's a problem.
I have like an almost blank grid. I have these like concentric circle things that must be like area effects. And
It's
I see
lights. That's like
on my screen you can see
any, like,
everything.
terrain.
That's what weird. Can you try and
hit
refresh?
Yeah.
fishing.
And just a quick question, because because we slept, did we technically sleep before this exam? Does that count as
Yeah,
a short rest
you've all had a long rest before this. Yep. You're fine.
Fantastic.
And Seymour, your exhaustion will happen again after the end of the exam, so not this part either.
Oh, cool.
And you still, if anyone had a reroll left, this is still the exam. So there's that too.
Ooh.
Okay, is that any better for you?
Yep, I have it
Okay,
now.
awesome. So these will block vision and line of sight. On this area, if you get a critical hit, or if something gets a critical hit against you, you have to roll a dexterity saving throw, or they do, to get knocked prone because it's slippy. And in the water, if something is prone in the water, your head will be under the water and you'll be drowning. These are holes, and it's a 10-foot drop into them and a 10-foot climb out. If you're in one of these, you're 10 foot in the
Where?
ground.
Sorry.
These-
Oh wow. Okay.
These little holes and ditches.
Those edges are like sliding in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
Um,
flying.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
Professor Sharpbeak then makes the note that you of course can use any advantage that you can, but you're not allowed to go more than 30 feet above the grounds, and if you at any point cross outside of the area, you will fail the exam for all of you. Any questions? I probably should explain what you're doing. I'm going to be bringing on some ankegs or land. What was it again?
Land pinchers.
Land pinchers. Yeah, you can face a couple of those, I'm sure. And then she,
Faced more than one in my time.
Good.
Seema, you're close by, and Professor Verelder says to Sharpbeak, "Did they ever catch that random ankeg that was wandering about as well?" And I've got no idea. Well, these are ones that I've summoned. It won't be one of those. Right. Okay. She seems troubled by something. So anyway, all of a sudden, Professor Sharpbeak motions her hands around, and the ground begins to shake around you. Is there anything? You each have a moment to cast something if you'd like a preparatory round.
All right, let's right quick.
Okay, go for it.
Host spell, and I'll put that on. Let's do A again. Thamor, and who else does attacks more? Sven or Prosperine? I'll just roll a d2. Because you both kind of do your own thing. Alright, Prosperine. Those three get blessed on them.
Okay, so you're going to have to say those again. Sorry. Prosperine.
A again, and Thamor.
No. How do I do this? I'm working it out. There we go. Okay, so you've got mage armor on Prosperine. Was there anything else? So we've got Prosperine's done that. Dravrox has done that. Aegon, are you doing anything? Are you going into the air? Are you doing the dodge action? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be flying.
Okay. Sven, what are you doing?
I cast guidance on myself.
Nice. And Seymour, what are you doing?
Seymour's gonna cast a snare at the bottom of this pit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's gonna take a minute though. Oh shoot.
Oh no, you have 1 round. Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry. That would have been cool, but another time. I'll instead.
You just take the dodge action if you like.
I'll cast message to Dravrox.
Okay. What do you say?
It seems like this thing is actually a summon of some sort, so you know, threat's a little loose. I feel like we can be dangerous.
Right, let's just try to not get hurt. And also, don't move. Ankegs follow the movement.
Marathon, gone.
Sven also picks up a handful of loose gravel.
Okay.
Oh,
Pocket gravel.
Melathorn takes a step to the south and says to Prosperine, "Do I really have to help you defeat these things? Why have you gotten me into this situation?"
Gotten you?
I'm not talking to you.
Please sit this one out before you hurt yourself.
Oh, you want me to leave and fail the exam then, do you? Have us all fail if I leave the arena?
I just don't want to see a fellow student hurt.
He raises his eyebrow at you and he says, I think we got off on the bad foot, okay? And looks to all of you. But I'm not happy with just hurting innocent creatures. And at this point, I'm going to need you, please, to all click on your... How do I do this?
Also, where is Melwithorn on the map? I don't see him anywhere.
He's next to Prospering.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the
He looks like a
stone
man.
from you. Yeah, it's just a generic, like, student token
I
thing.
don't see him on here.
Sure.
That's super weird.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Can you see him
It
if
is-
I do
it
this,
is-
Aegon?
Oh, yeah, now I can see
Yeah,
him.
he's just...
Oh,
It's because he's on the other side of the rock, that's why.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Block
Okay,
line of sight.
got it. Makes sense.
Okay, so you should be able to see, like, a faded version of that
Mhm.
area. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, click your token roll initiative, please.
It tells me there's no active
it says,
combat
yeah.
tracker.
Oh, hold
Yeah.
on.
Professor, we need a combat tracker, please.
Try now. Oh!
Hey.
How do I move this from directly on top of my character?
It's gonna be this part of the exam that you shine.
Oh, it's the left-hand side.
Okay. This is as... I've got to do their things first. So before, like, initiative actually goes, because you've all had a preparatory round anyway. This one bursts up and tries to go for you, Seymour. Seymour, you were dodging, so it's actually going to have disadvantage on this. Hold on, let me get this right. I need to target you by disadvantage.
Oh,
Does a 10
she's
hit?
fine. Definitely don't.
Nice. Gosh, look at that. 2 nat 20s on initiative. Nice. Okay, and then coming over here at Prospering, this one's going for you.
No!
Yeah!
Please, no.
You see as Melwithorn moves.
Oh!
This one moves over. Oh my gosh, that mage armor coming in clutch.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Okay, on their first round they did nothing, and I'm going to add them to initiative now. So okay, and we're up. Right, top of the round. Aegon, go.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh, I know. Oof. I don't want to fly up to it either. Okay, hold on. I think I just kind of want to.
Oh, obviously you're in the air, but that I can't do vision things. If that makes any sense. How high up in the air are you? 30? Are you at max or?
No, I'll just be high enough that I'm like not in the mud, not like walking in the mud. So like whatever, like 15 feet is, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. I want to hide, so I want to like fly behind one of these rocks and like hide underneath it.
Okay. I think because they've just like popped up and they're like concentrating on what they're concentrating on. In this scenario, you can absolutely just go behind something. Usually you need, with hiding, just so everyone knows, you need 2 2 degrees of separation. So you would have to go behind something and then like find a way to hide again in order to like actually get the benefit of a hide. So for example, if we were in a bar fight and you wanted to hide, you have to go out of the bar and then onto the roof. and then you'd be able to hide on the roof because people are going to be able to see you walk out the bar. They're going to know you're out there. But then if you go onto the roof, they're not going to expect like you to be there. Or if you went behind a barrel outside there or something like that, where you know you can actually be in like a different enough location.
So if I go, let's say I go behind like this rock that's to my right, and then I use the rest of my movement to go into the rock that's like up from it a little bit, but in the shadow area, would it still be able to see me?
Yeah, no, I mean, for right now, you're fine with it, but like, yeah, for oh god, this music's so loud. 1 second, sorry.
That's okay.
An example of this would be actually, so if you're moving, oh god, I've just put a template on your face, sorry. An example that I would have.
I don't know what's.
Oh my god, it's just more templates. An example would be you go behind this rock, and then you'd make the hide check to go behind this rock, if that makes any sense, because you're switching which rock you went behind. So whilst they saw you go behind this rock, they might not see you roll or like quickly. What's the word? Combat shuffle, combat crawl, commando crawl across to this one.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
That'd be like 2 degrees of separation.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to get this window to cooperate. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do.
But you can go anywhere right now because it's the first round of combat, so you're fine.
Oh my gosh. I just want to move. Okay, I want to be like.
You can even go behind this rock if you wanted, or whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll just. Oh, it collides with at least one wall. It won't let me move there for some reason.
Where are you trying to move?
Just like behind, like into the shadows, like here somewhere.
Got you. Go ahead and on your token, hold down control. And then like make the path and click, and then press space to move there. Oh, sorry, I've just done it for you. Oh well.
Oh no, that's okay. It just like it wouldn't let me like end up there for some reason because it said there was a wall for some reason.
Yeah, the rocks like have walls.
Got it.
Built into them so that you can't move into them.
Great. Okay, I think that'll just be my turn. I'm just gonna hide.
Okay. Can I put you there to hide?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check then, please.
Okay.
And so you're on the ground, so I'll take this off you.
Wow, really?
Okay, well, if their passive perception is lower than an 8, you're golden.
You do get a +4. Yeah, sorry, a D4.
With guidance?
With bless.
Bless gives you to attack rolls and saving throws, not to ability check. Oh, is yours different?
Oh my god, whatever, Benji.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. It's just the rules. Okay. Next up is Sven. I can't hear Wyatt speaking.
Sven will cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. Oh.
So that
lol.
Ankeg needs to make a Dex roll.
Failed it.
Dex save.
Do you know that you've now stopped concentrating on guidance?
Yep.
Cool.
So that Ankeg now casts Dim Light in a 10-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
And any attack roll against it has advantage if the attacker can see it. It also can't benefit from being invisible, but I doubt that's going to be an issue.
What color is your fairy fire?
It is currently violet.
I don't know what color violet is. Is that like a pink?
Is purple. It's a purple.
The purple, okay. So it's now faintly putting out a bit of a purple color.
Okay, and then and Sven will move. Here.
Okay. So you have your movement for that difficult terrain, yeah?
Oh, Wait, all of this is difficult terrain?
All of the mud, yeah. All of the mud's difficult terrain.
Oh, cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it makes sense I would start there. I was, I think, right here.
Okay. You can start wherever you wanted. If you wanted to use your movement at the start, that's fine. So, go where you like.
I'm just gonna stay right here.
Okay. Cool. Then it is the end of your turn. Prosperine, it's your turn. This thing is bearing down on top of you, and it's now cast in this violet light.
Just like, well, Prospering is going to need to move away. So that's what he's going to do first. He is going to step over, let's see here, over to like here, and obviously take the
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, hit me.
Where have you gone?
I'm over by Egwin.
Okay. One sec.
Be gentle.
I don't know if I can do that. Oh,
that was
not. Okay, so unfortunately, as you try and move away from it, as part of its attack, it also does grapple you. So you are all the way here, and you are grappled in its jaws.
Bruh.
You did learn in the exam that it gets you when they bite with its mandibles.
It's like,
Let's grapple that one. And you'll take the damage. 50.
What is wrong with you?
So you instantaneously.
Looks at Professor Sharkbeak like.
You instantaneously go down.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
I do.
Holy shit!
I just choked. Oh.
This is a
G-boys?
summoned creature, Drevorak says out loud.
He looks at you with doubt, like, He
Okay.
commanded it to do that. Oh my god! Summon this thing. Those are land pinchers. Is it my turn? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Alright. Is this a good line? Can you see that, Bench? Is this a really upsetting line to you? Can you see my ruler or no?
No, hold on. I'm using the wrong stat block. I've just realized. Just take half damage from these things. So 7 instead. So you're not dead yet. So go back to your turn. Apologies.
Truly?
Yeah, truly. You'll see why in a bit. It's fine. So Prosperine, it's still your turn. Sorry. So you did take the attack. You took 7 points of damage. So whatever your max health is, -7 from that, and then add that health back to yourself, please. Spirit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought he died in real life.
Cool. And then carry on with your turn. So what do you want to do now that you've been gotten?
I've been got.
Grappled by this creature.
Yeah. Lovely. First things first, he's gonna cast that good old yes, he will cast his Hex innate spell.
Okay.
So that thing is now hexed, and that's a bonus action. And then he will go ahead and attempt to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay. So remember, this won't proc hex, but what are you hexing? Which stat are you hexing? Because hexing is an attack roll for the damage to proc, but you can still make it have disadvantage on like ability checks for one type of ability.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Ability check. Let's do dexterity.
Okay, cool. I have disadvantage on those.
So you have to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, so you need to target the creature by alt and clicking on it. And then you need to click Mind Sliver.
Yep.
Okay, and then click on damage. Woof. Okay, nice. It got a -4 on its roll.
Okay.
Nice. Success.
I'm actually going to say within that one, you heard it so bad. Oh my god. Can I not have...
I think it's every time to track.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's going to actually drop you.
Yay.
Cool.
Anything else on your turn?
You can move now.
No.
He said it dropped you.
Yeah, it drops you.
Yeah,
But if he takes the attack of opportunity, it could grapple him again.
But it's
It's
used
already
its
used
reaction.
it.
Oh, it
that
did,
was
didn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So you
gone.
can go.
Go for
Get
it.
that. Get out.
Just had to talk it out as Team Trunk. That was all.
Team Trunk, regroup.
Nice.
Over here behind Driver X.
Uh,
Behind me, big boy.
After that, it is now Seymour's turn.
All right. Well, I have to rethink my turn. I was going to assist you when you were down, and also in its pincher still. I was gonna run in, but seeing that you're there, I'm within this thing's range, aren't I, Bench? So if I were to move, I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity. Okay, Seymour cries out to the audience. He's gonna make an appeal to the crowd real quick. He says, like, my God, I need a sword. Like, someone toss me a weapon. And he then will begin his can I begin my hex song or my blade song? Not my hex song.
Yeah, what
My
I'll
blade
say is,
song
as you
without a
part of your
weapon.
preparation round, you shouted that just before they popped up, and you were given
Okay.
a sword, and then so yeah, you can absolutely do
Hot
that.
then, Bench. Thank you. Okay. Well then, as my bonus action, it's actually activated. Or are you saying it's already up?
You can do that if you want to. You can have it already up. You had a preparation round, so.
All right. I'm just gonna mark it as used then. And how do I actually make these physical attacks again? I will be using the.
So you alt click on the target first.
Oh God. All right. I'll click.
So you should have some little arrows around it.
Yep,
Yep,
I
there
have
you
it
go.
marked.
Then you
And
can click
all I
your
have is the
attacks.
dagger stat block, unfortunately, right now. I'm sorry.
Go on. Okay, I'll quickly add equipment to your list then. 1 second.
Thank you, Bench. I appreciate that.
Equipment shop. Gonna take some gold. Oh my god. Por favor.
There it is.
Long sword, short sword, what?
Rapier.
I typed in sword, Thomas. I didn't type in rapier. Damn. It's fine.
Sorry, Professor Sharkbeak.
Okay. And then I need to give you 25 gold back. Did that work? No, it didn't, did it? Oh my god. 1 sec. I don't know why this isn't doing it. Why would you do something complicated like ask for a rapier? Gosh. And why can't I just quickly add it? It's super frustrating. Oh, confirm. Okay, it's a button. There you go, rapier. Go ahead and roll your attack. Oh.
Nice.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Swashbuckling.
Thomas, go ahead and click on damage.
I'm sorry,
In the
I was
chat.
muted. In the chat. Sorry, I am extremely distracted.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
I don't think it should be. Say more. How deep is the water here?
It's
tell?
about 3 feet deep. It's most deep.
Okay.
Pretty shallow.
And this is a wall?
No, that's just like the kind of. It's a bit of a wall. It's like just sort of waist height. It's about 3 feet high max.
Oh, okay.
You're just not allowed out.
Okay, I got you.
It's like a Hadrian's Wall.
I'm going to. Alright, I'll cast a spell too. No, that'll be it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me just move closer to Dravrax.
Dravrax, you're on deck for next. I'm going to do some things over here, though. Melwathorn looks in shock and fear and is going to, seeing that everyone else backed away, also back away and disengage. These things are monstrous. And says as it goes behind. He says as it goes behind you. And that's his turn. It's Arnkeg now. Is going to move over to Sven.
We shouldn't all bunch up. It's not a good idea.
And Sven, this one's going to try and strike at you. So. Say 14 hit. I mean 19 hit.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Nice. Half this damage. So that is 5 points of damage, so take that off yourself.
5 points of what kind of damage?
This is slashing and acid.
Alright, I'm gonna use Absorb Elements as a reaction.
Okay. So one of the d6s was the acid, which was the last one. So you can absorb 4 points of damage. Or, yeah. Or like half that. So, that would be 2, so that'd be 1 point of damage.
No, that's not how it works.
It gives you resistance to that elemental type.
Yeah. Sorry. So how much do I take again?
You now take, basically, instead of 5 points of damage, you take 4 points of damage total.
Okay, thank you.
And then you obviously, on your attack, you get a d6. Then on this one, I'm going to do something fun. So 30 feet long, 5 feet wide. Acid spray! Woo! So how do I do this?
Did no one pay attention in the class?
It is going to move up, like, to be here. And then...
I stayed away from you for a reason. He puts, like, his hands up.
My exam!
I don't know why it forces me to make a damage roll here, but I have to apparently.
I'm so upset. I'm so mad.
Go ahead, everyone in that area, please, and make me a... I don't know how to, like... Make me a dex save, each of you, please.
We lost you, Jess.
I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos for this.
Okay. Nice.
What dost thou mean?
And did you say a dexterity check?
Yes, please. Dexterity saving throw.
Of course it's dexterity. No, I'm not gonna use that here. Well...
Wow.
I'm not gonna use that here. No.
Okay.
I'll just roll it.
I'm gonna roll 3d6. Oh dear God.
That's fitting. It is.
Okay, so it's 6 points of damage total.
Okay.
Again, you didn't need to, but
Incredible though.
well done.
Critting left and right.
Okay.
Critter.
So if you got less, the DC for it was DC 13. If you got 13 or more, you take only 3 points of damage, whereas the rest of you take 6. Okay.
Sorry, I just got back. Is there like...
No, you don't need to do anything. You're good.
I'm good. Okay, so I don't... Do I take any damage? Because I'm
No,
obviously
none at
kind of
all.
far away.
You're
Okay.
so far away.
Okay, great.
So
I get that
Melathorn.
number.
Okay.
Yeah, Melathorn's tanky as shit. Seymour, you need to take 6 points of damage, I think.
Don't worry, guys. I'm still up.
Yeah, Seymour, yeah.
I have
Okay.
10 now.
Nice. That
Yes.
was its turn. Dravrax.
Oh, I see. It took a moment to update on the bar.
I don't know if I want. I'm currently about to roll this con saving throw, and I haven't decided if I want to use inspiration yet or
Oh,
not.
okay.
I can't lose it. I haven't got enough out of this. I'll use inspiration just in case I need it.
Okay,
He didn't let me roll with advantage, but I passed, so it's okay.
that's fine.
All right. Okay, so Dravrax is going to use his emboldening bond as an action on Sven, and Dravrax makes eye contact with Melathorn and says, "If we really got off on the wrong foot, it is best we get on the right one now." And a thread goes between Dravrax and Melathorn, same energy as he casts Emboldening Bond on him.
Nice.
Do not let this go wasted.
And this doesn't need concentration or anything?
It does not need concentration.
That's
What is so
amazing.
spicy about it. And then as do I do it now or do I do it later? That is always the question. No. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use a healing word on Prospering.
Okay,
It just feels right.
go for it. Aegon, you are on deck, so you're up next.
Come on, show me the money. Alright, that's something. 5 points
It's like-
of healing to you.
Almost half my health.
Nice. Is that the end of your turn, Dravrax?
That is the... no, Dravrax will actually move.
Okay.
Still wanting to be close to everyone, but will actually move closer to the thingamabob.
Okay.
And near Sven.
Okay. After your turn then, Aegon, it's your turn, and Sven, you are on deck.
Okay. Quick question. Can I move in between these two rocks right here that are right next to me?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, awesome. So let's see. Oh, that's...
Might do that stupid wall thing, but
Yeah. That's 30. That's a little better. Okay. Yeah, I guess if I go right there. Okay, so I'm going to move... Oh, if it'll let me.
you just hit space, I think. Yeah, nice.
Here. And I'm going to attack this one.
So I will say that you have used all your movement there. You haven't got 5 feet left because of this being difficult terrain, this sort of muddy bit.
Okay. that's fine.
Cool. Oh, you have flying speed. You could literally have just hopped for a moment and flown, so it really doesn't matter.
Oh, sweet. Haha. Okay, awesome. I am going to attack. Oh wait, go effects? No.
Actually, do you want to be in the air a bit?
Yeah, I thought I was continually flying like at 15.
Well, you
Like,
were hiding before, so you had to be behind a rock in order to do that,
yeah.
didn't you?
Oh, got it. Yeah, so I'll be flying again.
Cool.
Okay, and then I'm just going to unarmed strike.
And obviously, if you're in melee with it, you need to be like about 5 feet off the ground, tops.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
And make sure you've targeted it, and then go ahead and...
Yeah, I believe I have. And do I have Bless still on everything?
do.
Yeah, Bless.
Yeah.
Also, you've got advantage against this thing because it's got fairy fire on it still.
Oh, it does. Okay, I
yeah,
didn't see that.
Did you roll a concentration check for Sven, Wyatt?
On what?
When I hit you with the
yeah.
attack and you did the whole
Wait, was that
absorb
attack?
elements, have you got a... Yeah, you did. Okay, cool. I can see it. Carry on, there you
Okay,
go.
so I have advantage. Okay,
Yeah, you've got advantage and you've got bless.
fantastic.
Nice.
I guess I don't need that. That's fine. So
I will say, all of a sudden, all of you begin to feel a static inside your brain.
I don't like that. Okay, so normal.
Nice.
Okay, 5 bludgeoning. I'm going to take a key point. Where is my features? Okay. Yeah, usability. Let me take a key point so I can take the 2 bonus attack actions against
Nice.
Do it.
it. Okay.
Spirit's asking, does he have bless?
Yeah,
Eric
Spirit
says
has
yes.
bless.
Yes, you have bless. Yep.
And I have. Do I still have advantage because
Yep.
it's still in fairy fire on both? Awesome. Great. Miss. Okay, that's fine. And I have one more.
Oh, I gotta add a d4 to that saving throw. I'm slow.
Awesome.
Nice.
Sick. Yep. I think that's my turn.
Okay. After your turn, Sven, just before yours, all of a sudden you're going to see... What are these d4s for?
I didn't roll bless earlier.
I didn't roll bless earlier.
Oh, for your saving throws?
Yeah.
Ah.
Eric's like, I just gotta roll higher than this, and I did.
Oh yeah, you both passed now.
Is that cool, bench?
Yeah,
As long
that's
as
fine.
you say that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to cheat you out of...
You already moved your
Eric
pieces, guys.
doing the
I'm
things.
sorry.
Yeah. You took your fingers off of it. Yeah, I don't care, that's fine. So did that change anything for either of you? I know it did for...
Yeah, it did for me.
Okay, so
It
just...
gives me some HP back, yes.
Yeah, you should get like 3 HP back each then. Cool. If that's the case, then Sven, your turn, and Prosperian, you're on deck next.
Okay, so what happened? I'm grappled now?
Yeah, when it attacked you, it grapples you.
No way.
Okay, you said something was happening before my turn?
The professor over here seemed to move just as static all entered your mind. Professor Varelda Langs moved and walked over to here. She seems to be concentrating on the fight as she's like walking around the perimeter.
Okay. As far as I can tell, there's no penalty for me to cast Catapult. It's not a ranged spell.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah, because it's just it's a DC, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's a saving throw, then that's fine. You also won't get like advantage on it though, because of fairy fire or anything.
Right. Wait, what? Never mind, I don't have any spell slots left.
Nice.
Benj is so excited to hear it.
Wait, how's the?
Alright.
Yeah, how's that possible? We had a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
do.
I only have 2 spell slots.
Artificer.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
are like a half caster?
Yeah, I think so.
You tanky. And
So
you
you used
hit.
fairy fire and what else?
Absorb elements.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So shock and
fuck
rest.
you.
You've got advantage on the attack, so make sure you've got it targeted and you roll again with advantage. Roll again, like, because you should have had advantage.
Oh, yeah.
I love that it says you badly missed.
That is crazy. What the hell? So much shade.
Nice.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage then. Very good.
Ooh.
And then add a d6 onto it.
I'm hitting myself, apparently.
Yeah, because you've got yourself selected currently, I think.
I tried. How do I select? It's
Alt
some
and click.
fucking hotkey.
Alt
Okay, of
click.
course. Cool. Okay.
I'll just transfer the damage over. Just roll a d6 for absorb elements. Okay, awesome. So it is going to take 6 points damage total. Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Prosperi in Europe and Thomas Seymour's on deck.
All right.
Okay.
So first things first, Prosperine's gonna move away.
Okay.
Let's see here. Bring up the sheet, and then he's gonna cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Make sure you alt click to target and then roll. Okay. When you do this, all of a sudden, the static in your mind snaps. 1, this triggers your wild magic, but 2, I'm going to need you to re-roll a d20 as well, please. I'm going to need you to re-roll that. Unfortunately, your Chaos Bolt whimpers out of existence.
And are you counting that for my wild
No.
magic?
The d20 was for something else. So now you need to do the wild magic. And you see all of a sudden the energy that you made for your Chaos Bolt zooms over and seems to coalesce around the arm keg here, almost like whipping around it like an aura.
What about the advantage on the attack? Did that not play in?
Were you shooting at this one? Sorry.
Yeah. That's the
Okay,
one I
I
have
thought you.
selected.
Sorry, I thought you were shooting that one. Go ahead and roll another d20 then. It unfortunately won't matter because the. Well, I guess advantage would be first. Okay. We need to remember if stuff's got advantage and try and roll with that first if possible. Okay, so that would be the 17. So then if it would hit either way. That's still fine. Go ahead and roll the damage then. Nice. 16 points of damage. Holy shit. Very, very good. You feel like your magic was about to be taken away from you for a moment, but you managed to hold on to it. This creature still has...
Let's see. And that is also, just in case it matters, that's force damage.
Oh, from the... well, that'd be necrotic, wouldn't it, for Hex?
Oh, not only is that force damage, but hold on. Because
Why
I
is it force
rolled
damage?
Because Chaos Bolt, you roll a random number between 1 and 8, and that's the damage
Okay,
type.
got you.
That other thing is not within 30 feet of it, is it?
No.
It's not. Okay, so that doesn't matter.
Okay.
And that will be it.
Okay, so as you hit this thing with your attack, you do still actually see your magic coalesce around it. You do the damage and everything still, but yeah, your magic seems to whip around it now, almost like it's covering it or shielding it. So that's Prosperine's turn. It's now Seymour's turn, and then Dravrax will be after the NPCs.
All right. I'm gonna hit this thing with a booming blade, hopefully.
Okay. That hits.
Hot. Damage, normal. With a hit, yes, we love max damage.
Damn, nice. Okay, and then I'll have booming blade in it, so I'll just put this in it.
Thank you. I just noticed that my. Oh wait, no, I got it there. Cool.
Oh.
Do I cast it now?
No, we'll do it if it moves.
Gotcha.
That's for the hex.
It also takes, yeah, for the hex.
Okay. Cool. Do you move anywhere, or is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, he's gonna move.
Okay.
Seymour takes one. This is gonna be kind of neat. First time I do this. He's gonna take one step and just stand flat. He's gonna test the gravity of the area real quick. So he steps into the pit here. And he's going to.
I mean, you're definitely about to go down if that's what you want.
Well, I have spider climb.
Right. Okay.
I'd like to take one footstep and just shift my gravity to the sideways plane instead of the regular horizontal plane.
Okay.
I'd like to go to the vertical plane and standing there, very Naruto-esque. Seymour backs not out of the 5-foot square of this thing, but like it'll look down like into the pit at him, like, you know, in an odd way. But hopefully, if it has to go for him, it can no longer like spray Prospertine or Malithorn in some way, you know?
Sure, and I'll say that you've got some cover as well.
Well, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Is that the end of your set?
That will do it. I don't want to take an attack of opportunity against this thing.
Okay.
So, same roll.
So Malithorn is up next. Malithorn is going to try and use their magic. Gotta come over to here and targeting the one on Seymour. It's gonna use its magic flare. They miss.
That D4 they get.
Yeah,
I don't know,
right?
A 9 would hit, but they get it. Or they can hold it for a saving throw.
I think they'll hold it. This one here now, this Arnkeg, is going to go for Sven, which makes sense because you are in its grasp. Here's a sec. Okay. It is going to bite into you because you're grappled. It has advantage. Its magic's still coalescing around it. Look here. Okay. At 14 to hit. Is that correct that it hits, yeah?
That hits.
Sweet. So I will put concentration back on you. That was 7 points of damage instead.
Seven points. Hurt.
Yeah. So give yourself 8, well, not 8 hit points back, but whatever. I don't know how much you had before. This is the issue with this one. Sorry about this, folks.
I don't either.
Awesome.
I think I had 15. So I have 7 now?
Yeah. Well, you'll have 8 now. Okay. That's its turn. Next up is this one. This one's going to see if it recharges its thing. Nope. Seymour's going to try and get you in its grasp. You've got +2 AC to this. What's your AC normally? So actually misses. Nice one. And then Dravrax, it's your turn.
All right. Running out of spell slots. So Dravarax will look at this whatchamacallit, conjured beastie, and do Toll the Dead on it.
Nice.
Let me alt-click, hold the phone. I totally forgot to do that, and I would like to. I'm just gonna do it again so it actually works.
He actually gets to roll another d20.
Oh.
As the magic that was coalescing around it all of a sudden explodes, and it still dies. Okay, nice one. Tell me how it goes 19.
Down. Dravarax, who does not like doing this, but has to protect his friend, especially Sven, who just got hurt by it, pulls the bell out and rings it, but no sound comes from the bell except to the Ankeg, which kind of writhes in pain as it hears basically its impending doom coming, and it crumples down.
Nice.
And Dravarax like kind of clutches his holy symbol with this emblem that is like embroidered onto him, onto his robes, and it glows a little bit, and he maybe whispers or mutters something under his breath for Sven and Aegon that might see it, but that's all.
Nice. This Ankeg actually disappears off the map. So that is gone. And is that the end of your turn, or do you want to move anywhere?
I will move, actually. Thank you. How do I think? And then control does it? Control and then click. Okay. There. That feels... Yeah, that's 30 feet. That's what I got. That's me.
Okay. At the start of the next round, all of a sudden, Professor Sharpbeak and Varelda Lang gasp as this thing disappears.
As we break concentration.
And all of a sudden, erupting out the ground behind you two is this. It's not the one I've summoned. She says,
It's not what?
carry on. Still part of the exam. I'm sure it's fine.
If I could do the sound that an elephant makes when they use their trunk, I would in anger. Just.
Again, it's your turn.
Excellent. Well, guess we're gonna have to see if we can
Oh my
move
God.
over to this thing.
I need to find a way to sort this out. And maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just being silly.
Go
Does
up to
this
thing.
change it for everyone? Sorry, just 1 second. Does this sound, if I change this, is that changing it for everyone?
Yeah. Change it. Yeah.
There's a global
It's still
modifier
pretty
that I can
loud.
just use. So is this like muted right now?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't change it. Okay. That's annoying. Carry on.
That's better. Okay. Flew over. Because it's a new one, I'm just going to straight up attack it.
As you do this, all of a sudden, something in the air knocks your wings, and you actually have to roll another d20 to see if you hit, please.
Okay.
Professor
Oh, wait, I should
Lang
probably-
continues to move around. Okay, you hit it still, but all of a sudden this thing has magic coalescing around it once more.
Okay. Gonna roll damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take my key point for this one, my second one. Where is it at? Attributes. Nope. Features. There it is. Okay. And then I'm going to take 2 bonus actions to hit it.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Go ahead and do the damage. Very cool. And the next one? Moathorn shouts out, "Good job, Aegon. Remember what we learnt."
And then there we go.
Damn. Okay. Wow. So you do
Yep.
16 points of damage in one round. Fierce. Awesome.
Fierce. Yeah, I'd only have 5 movement speed left, so I'm just gonna stay here then.
Okay. After your turn, it's Sven and Prospering, you're on deck.
So, moving out of this, can you just kind of help me decide how close I can get to Aegon from where I am?
Yeah, you can literally get out. You're in the last space of difficult terrain, so there won't be any difficult terrain for you. It's when you move into difficult terrain.
Okay. I'm going to move here
Okay.
and cast Guidance on Aegon.
Okay. Cool. So Prospering, you'll be up next and Seymour after that. Anything else you want to do, Sven?
Nope.
Awesome. Prospering, you're up.
Oh, yeah. All right, so as a bonus action, he's going to go ahead and move his hex over to this new target.
Nice. What stat are you hexing?
Dexterity again.
Okay.
And then he's going to cast another Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Jesus. So it's 2d8 and you've done your d6, yeah? Oh no, wait, why is it 1d6?
This Chaos Bolt is fucking broken.
Wait, so you get 2d8 and 1d6 as part of Chaos Bolt?
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, it's on a hit. The target
so
takes
weird.
2d8 plus 1d6 damage. And
Go
then it
roll
takes another
another.
2. Yeah, and then it is, I'll tell you the type of damage here in a second. It's force damage again.
Okay. So it's an extra 2 damage because of that. Cool. Very nice. Well done. Anything else in your turn?
He is going to go ahead and move over to here. And that is it.
Nice. Can't believe it leaps to another target as well. That's stupid. That's so good.
It's
such a
so
spell.
good for a level 1. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So it's going to be Seymour, you're up now, and then Dravarax, you'll be after that. So I think you're muted, Thomas.
That one died. That one's gone, honey.
I'm speaking.
We can't hear you.
Try that again.
Mm-mm.
Hello?
Good job, Prospering. Keep on at it. I can't hear anything Thomas is saying, so I'm just going to... Emote.
Do you want to use my headset for temp?
Yeah, we're gonna have to just do that.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to be slightly awkward, but did my booming blade not trigger?
Fortunately, that creature just vanished. Seemingly, as this one erupted out the ground, the other one just disappeared.
Huh. Okay. So he furrows his brow. How deep is this pit?
10 feet down.
10 feet. He's gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
And he's going to move. I guess technically just disengage.
Okay.
Since I'm moving 5 feet into the pit.
Okay.
Move away from this thing. It's not. I don't think it's targeting me, is it? We don't know yet.
Oh, you disengaged anyway, so you're fine if you want to move away from it.
No, I will actually let it take the attack.
Okay.
Opportunity.
It's absolutely going to do so. You do have the cover still.
Oh,
Seems
hot.
that.
Then let's do that.
Okay. So this will get advantage on this attack as the magic swirling around it gets to erupt. 21 to hit. I believe that hits.
That will hit.
Okay. You're going to take 12 points of damage. This is full damage.
Yeah, I'd like to cast shield though.
Oh, that's why I just asked if it hit.
But
that's,
okay, but I
that's
have
fine.
it up. I have it up. I had it up.
Okay.
Eric can see it on my screen.
He did say it. Well, I'm sorry. Like I can't.
Here.
There's no worries. It's fine. I literally don't care.
Yeah, we're sharing a mic, so we did say it, but you just couldn't hear it.
Fair enough. Go for it. So 21 plus your armor. Yeah, so that would, the cover would stop that happening. Cool. Very, very cool. So you've cast, how many spells have you got left now?
2.
Cool. So that's your reaction. Anything else on your turn? So you've moved away from it, took the opportunity attack, it missed. Anything else, Thomas? I can't hear you.
Yes. So you're gonna go move back in and attack it?
No, you're right. Cause fear.
Cause fear.
You've cast shield, so I don't think you can cast 2 spells in one turn.
Reaction. That's the case. It's fine. I can take the dodge action.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Normally that's with action and bonus action spells. Does that count for reaction on your turn?
I'm gonna have to double check now. Spell cast the bonus action, especially swift. You must use a bonus action in your turn to cast a spell. You can't cast another spell during the same turn except for a cantrip. No, okay, I think reaction's fine. Yep, you can cast a reaction and normal spell. Go for it. Sorry about that.
Okay, so cause fear.
Cause fear is a wisdom save DC 13.
Okay.
Wisdom save DC 13.
This is so ridiculous. Okay, let's do this.
Let's see if he can take some attack.
I fail this probably. Yep. So it is now feared from you. I've been rolling like trash. Anything else in your turn?
That's going to be it.
That'll be all.
Awesome. Good job. You can move more if you want, by the way. You're just sort of down there, so you can move more further away from it if you like. But I'm going to take its turn regardless now. It turns to Aegin and Sven, and it is going to move downwards. And then just as it gets to here, blurt out. Oh no, I don't think it's going to go there. Hold on. You can do that. I'm going to just have to measure. No, I want a line. Oh my god. Yeah.
Alright, I figured it out.
is going to get you 3. So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, please, from Aegon, Sven, and I'll do Melwathorn.
So I have
Sven, no.
guidance and bless, right?
Yes.
So-
Guidance will not
okay.
help with this. Guidance is for ability checks.
Oh, ability checks. Okay, I'm sorry. What is this again?
This is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
The real deal. Guys, this one's harder, I think.
Melithorn can use
what?
D4.
Nice.
You guys, I think this one's a lot tougher. That's wild, though.
Okay, so
Oh.
16 points of damage.
Oh.
Melithorn's going to take.
No!
Melithorn actually passes thanks to your D4. So that is 8 points. Seymour, this isn't on you. I don't know why.
I got the request pop up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Weird. Go ahead and make sure you give
said that you
yourself
asked for it.
health back. So Sven's unconscious. Aegon's near death. Because Aegon, you took 60 damage, yeah?
16, yeah.
Nice. I didn't even know you had that much health.
Hell yeah.
Blimey. Okay, that's its turn. Melithorn now is going to try and attack it. What's that? Oh, interesting.
So this is me?
No, this is Melithorn first, just real quick.
Oh.
Okay, Melithorn does some damage to it. And Dravarax, it's your turn.
Okay, so as an action,
And Aegon, you're on
Dravarax will
deck, sorry.
use. Dravarax will use his Channel Divinity for Balm of Peace. So that lets me. Wish I could. How do I send it out there so people can read it? Anyways,
Then you just can, I don't know then.
Control click and then. So we're gonna go here. Oh, I can actually get within 5 feet of you, can I? No. Okay.
I'm positioned over it. I'm over and down. You have to like look over the pit to see me.
Okay, is Melithorn hurt?
Yes.
Great. So Dravarax moves there, and because I passed within 5 feet of all
This
three.
is so dumb. Imagine a
them.
Tabaxi with this or something. What the
I
fuck?
literally said to Tom, I went, "Oh my god, I should be playing a Tabaxi. It's ridiculous."
Yeah.
So you all get 2d6 plus 3. As this lumbering Loxodon, I'll get 8 points of health back. Barrels through, ignoring the like so quickly that it basically just ignores the Ankeg. They can't even get an attack on him. Clutching his embroidered waterfall, which actually glows in a bright blue light, and as that light actually washes over each person, they are rejuvenated, refreshed.
Very nice. Well done.
Oh.
Bloody hell. That's awesome. So Aegon got 8 points. Sven, you should get 8 points back as well.
Okay.
Melithorn says, "Thank you. I think we've got this. We're going to pass this exam." He says, smiling at you now.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, the exam.
And Driver, I'm gonna hold there. That'll
Okay.
be my turn.
Aegon, then it's your turn. And Sven, you're on deck.
Yep. Going to try to punch this thing in the face.
Okay. That's a miss, unfortunately.
If I miss, I'm going to. Bonus.
D4.
Oh!
Oh yeah,
From what? Not from guidance.
Bless.
from bless.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second.
I fucking hate
Oh,
this party. There are so many things going on. What makes me want to scream. Like we have
Only level 2.
Bless,
Is 16 a
Guidance,
hit?
Fairy Fire. Yeah, 16's a hit.
Okay, damage. 6 bludgeoning. And then
Very
I'm
nice.
going to bonus action, hit it again.
Do it, do it, do it. Oof.
Oh, no.
I mean, a D4 could help on this. Just saying.
Get that 14. Get that 4.
Yep. Yes! Nice. That's the end of my turn.
Sweet. Oh, did it just take the damage? Tell me how it goes down. That was literally enough.
It dies? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, just with this, like, ear-piercing shriek, Aegon just twirls around and just, like, kicks this thing straight in the face, and it falls back into the water and just dies.
Oh, nice. With a huge splash, this thing lands and doesn't seem to disappear. And with that, the combat seems to be over. Your classmates rush in toward you all of a sudden, cheering and whooping. You hear Percival de Lang give a bit of applause, but Sharp BQ speaks up and says, well done, students. Very impressive indeed. I think, seeing as you're all standing at the end of that fight, we can confirm, Lang, that the results are in. And Lang says,
Eric.
yes, sir. Right. Well, seeing as you were able to put in all you've learned from the lessons, and you were able to make sure everyone got standing on their feet at the end of that one, you indeed did all ace the exam, so good for you. And I will not be deducting any points from your squad, so congratulations. And she seems like sincere, but there's something off, some reservation. Regardless, though, everyone else continues to cheer, and Xantha approaches you, Dravarax, and says, God, you did so amazing. I am so impressed by you right now. I was cheering the whole time. Don't know if you heard, but it was just like, I'm just so excited to see how you're all so good. Xantha now addresses the rest of the group.
This is Xander.
Xanthia.
Xanther.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I think it's Xander? Is that Buffy?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, Xanther, I didn't know you were watching.
All of us have been here. And like points around just the crowd that you'd gathered the entire time.
Oh,
You're probably so focused on the fight. I mean, a hero like you has to be.
a hero. That's a bit much, Xanther. But I am glad everyone was able to, keep everyone up, and thank you.
No, look, some of us wanted to celebrate this, the kind of passing the exams and stuff. I wanted to invite you and your squad. Maybe you could meet us at the Bows End Tavern about 6 o'clock this evening.
6 o'clock? Okay.
Awesome. Okay, I'll see you there. I hear there's going to be some more fun and games. We've what's the word? Legitimately acquired. We've got legitimate salvage. There you go. I think that's how it works.
Good to hear. No more frogs. Okay.
Oh no frogs, not this time. Well, I mean, I think frogs' legs are on the menu, but anyway, see ya.
God, I hate that, Benji. You're so rude.
All right. Cool.
And
Hagen wants to inspect the Ankeg.
go for it.
Ooh.
What do you want me to roll for that investigation? I
Well,
guess?
how are you inspecting it? Is it?
Um,
Go on.
Oh no, I wanted to look at it to see if it was another one of those like constructs that had like the black goo around it, or if it was like a legitimate Ankeg and like where it came from. Just kind of like
Okay, you
figure
could
out.
roll me nature to see if like there's anything like actually on it. Sorry, so you can roll me investigation to see if there's actually anything on it that's like other than itself, or you can roll me nature to see if it's like acting different or strangely, or like it's been modified in any way in like a natural sense. It's kind of like what angle are you coming at this from?
Yeah, I think I'll do nature. I don't know if I'll
Okay.
get anything out of this.
Nice, and I would say you've got guidance as well still, I think, but I'm not sure that it matters. Basically, you realize from your lessons, all of a sudden, all the teaching comes flooding into your mind, and you realize that you heard at the start of the fight that an Ankeg had been lost from the Witherbloom campus at some point, and that this thing must have been probably attracted by the vibrations and calls of these two, and it must have thought it was finding its way home, and so unfortunately just got mixed up in a student exam when it was just trying to react to the vibrations of its like peers is the wrong word, but like in the same type, you know, it thought it was being called for.
Makes Hagen a little sad, but he also doesn't like land pinchers. So
No, I mean, there's a memory maybe you have of on your farm them stealing one of the cows or something.
yeah, they're really mean.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
Nice. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
I would like to. Could I perhaps reminisce on the like static in our minds and think about what that actually was and see if I could identify anything about it?
Yeah, I think that would be an Arcana check, please. Oh, okay. And did you give yourself guidance whilst you were doing this?
Yeah, I absolutely have guidance while I'm doing this.
Go for it.
As per my.
Okay. You realize that this is a spell you've heard about, but you're not quite sure. You know what happened with the magic that you saw. The static you're less certain on. So the static, and it seemed like the two were conjoined, but now you're not so sure. So the static you think might have been something like it is some type. Hold on, let me have a look at the thing so I can. Okay. You realize that there was some abjuration magic placed upon you all when you were in there, and you're not quite sure what it was because you know it was quite a powerful spell compared to what you know. So you're not quite sure what this was. You imagine it would have. So abjuration magic is some sort of protective magic, and to be able to protect you and your entire group. You're not sure about that, but the fact that you rolled high means that you do know that what was taking away when I was making you reroll 20s is somebody was casting silvery barbs on your party at the same time and was taking away your good hits and giving them to the Ankeg. So somebody was directly trying to sabotage you, and silvery barbs is a reaction spell. So you get the impression that from this, somebody was trying to protect you and somebody was trying to actively sabotage your chances.
But we know exactly who that was, don't
Yeah, I'm gonna like gather around the trunk squad and just like quietly tell them what I know, and that I suspect that that we all know who did this, particularly because it was powerful magic. What's the professor's name?
There's two. There's Verelda Lang and there's Professor Sharpbeak.
Right. So I suspect that Lang was attempting to harm us, and Sharpbeak was attempting to help us.
We all watched Harry Potter, right? Remember
Interesting.
the Quidditch scene? Anybody? where it wasn't Snape, but everyone thought it was.
Yes, during the fight, I watched Professor Veralda walking around, taking different positions, always keeping line of sight.
I will say there were a whole bunch of students, and Silvery Bonds is a level 1 spell.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. That's what I'm thinking. It doesn't hold up much. The assailant could be anyone, truly, but the protector is probably one of the professors.
Are you saying this with Melbathorn there, by the way, or?
Oh hell no!
I intentionally only gathered the
Trunk gang.
the proper trunk gang.
Is he just in the corner alone?
Just after you finish explaining this and say all these things, Melbathorn does start to come over. You all see him approaching out.
Oh, he's coming, guys. Shh, shh, shh.
Dravex leave the squad to bury the Ankeg.
Okay.
And do a religious ritual
nice.
for it. Yeah.
Seeing you go
floating
over,
disc.
it's actually Melbathorn was actually trying to get like past. It turns out to go to the Ankeg too, and so seeing you go over, I think. I want to come to that next week, but I think it'd be good to have. Maybe we can like work something out in like forum post or something. But I think it'd be good to have a scene where you and Melbathorn have a conversation over this Ankeg's body. I'd like that. If you're
like that too.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the rest of you, is there anything else you discussed whilst those two are doing that? Anything further you want to investigate about these magics, or you do realise that all of you have either jobs or extracurriculars that are about to begin. So there is some time constraint.
Megan really needs like an ice pack or something.
Is Professor Lang still nearby?
Yes.
I lay my cold hand on your forehead.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
That's so that's so sweet and like horrifying at the same time.
Right.
I don't have a pulse here. It's like, ugh.
I would.
You did good, little guy.
I would like to approach Professor Lang and ask her, Professor, it seems that there was an unexpected addition to the exam. What did you think about that, and how will that reflect on our grades? And I want to very carefully study her response.
Well, we've known that there has been a third Ankeg. Well, the third Ankeg. We know there's been a loose Ankeg around for a while, and I must admit, after hearing what you said earlier and seeing this even now, I am beginning to think as well that there's a lot going on campus that, well, we could do a lot more to make it safe. I'm sorry that this nearly disrupted the exam, but I must say you worked amazingly together despite the former differences you might have had with one another previously. Maybe you and I could meet, and we'll try and talk to some of the other deans and get some ideas on how to make campus a bit safer. What do you think about that?
That would be agreeable for me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an insight if you'd like to. And I assume before you approached her and asked this question, you cast guidance, so go ahead and roll guidance.
Of course I did.
I'm reminding you more than you're reminding yourself. Nice. Okay, 15. Good. She is entirely sincere in the fact that when she talks about the safety and her surprise at the ant cake, all of this is true.
Okay, cool. I'm good with that.
Okay. So, all of you realize you've probably got just about enough time, like an hour, before your extracurriculars or job starts if you wanted to take a short rest. So, whilst you decide whether you want to take a short rest or not, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. And then I'll be right back and we'll work out what's happening next week.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay.
So that was the stream. That was session 3. A bit of combat, bit of like exposition and roleplay. We're sort of getting to grips with Foundry at the moment. So some of the things were like a little, like combat was a bit clunky in places, and I would forget things. I don't think any of us really know like quite how it works. Not properly yet, but I think the best way to learn is through playing. So we're unabashed by it. We're not ashamed to be new to this kind of thing, and hopefully the more that we learn, the more that we can help and sort of teach other people too. So I'm really enjoying this sort of game so far. I have no idea what all those D100s are for, but that's terrifying. And thank you very much for watching if you did tune in today. I am so excited to be making more content like this, and I look forward to doing this again next Friday, hopefully. Sometime in the week, there'll be another video on my channel. So if you have enjoyed any of this and want to see more content, then feel free to subscribe. You can also check out the links in the description below. You can find our Discord there where you can come and chat with us. There is also links to the Patreon, which is entirely whether you choose to join it or not, but it does have loads of free maps. Like everything on there is free right now. There is nothing that you need to pay for, so just check it out for some free maps and stuff if you want anyway. And aside from that, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you folks next week. All right, bye bye then. See ya.